First live cast on the bench. It's now Friday night instead of Thursdays for these. So everybody's like, why are you on Friday? A couple of people messaged me last night. I was like, are you guys doing a live cast tonight? It's on Friday. And there's a reason why we're doing this on Fridays.
Because Fridays are better.
Well, Fridays are a little bit better, but Toots can get on for Friday, and I want him to be able to participate in some of these right now. And I want to have a show where it's not about us or about just one person. I want to try to get a lot of people involved, showing their work and having a good time. We're non-discriminative here, so we let anybody on, and that's why our first guest that's coming on, there was a consensus to maybe not have him on. We were split. There was a tiebreaker vote given if this guy would be on. But he's going to come on right now, and that's Mr. Brad Belsheim. So, Mr. Brad Belsheim.
It's Belsheim, damn it.
Belsheim. How we doing, Brad? All right?
I'm good. How are you?
We're glad you're here. And you're the test subject to see how well this is going to work tonight about On the Bench. And this is not about me or Toots or Frankie D, maybe a little about Rob Adams, but not Justin Ryan. And we're going to talk about stuff that you're currently working on, Mr. Belsheim. All right, so just give a little introduction to yourself really quick. So people are watching right now. So just give them a little background about Mr. Belsheim.
So mostly Allied armor. Love the color green, as everyone who's been in the build rooms know. Live in Ohio, and I've known Riv for how long, Riv? Since you ran into a signpost?
Too long?
There was a signpost. There was some issues with a signpost. That is true.
So,
there you go.
Can you hear me?
I hear you good, man. Keep going. You're talking.
Okay, good.
We're going to talk.
Yeah, so we're going to jump right into the models, or what are we going to do here?
We're going to do it right now. We're going to talk about this guy right here. Right now, you're working on the H39, right, from Tamiya, and that's with the Resin Tech models, right?
Correct. So yeah, the H39 is done now. But that was when I was just doing a little extra texturing and filling in some seams on it in that picture. And the KV4 was virtually done there. Didn't have the decals on it yet. So that I'm gonna do an article for that. That'll be in Boresight. I'm working on that this weekend actually. The H39 is typical Tamiya wonderfulness. I mean, it's great. I think if you've seen, I think it's John Stimmitz is out there too on different pages. Yeah, this is great. But it's a great kit. Tiny.
Yep. John
it's so tiny.
It's a great kit. I actually built that. I did a couple of videos on the build, and it's an H39 sitting low and low. I can't. Why are you putting these up right now, Frank? I'm trying to concentrate here.
Hey, multitask, baby.
It is a great kit, though, Brad. It is. People don't realize that this H39 is probably like, it's like the pinnacle of like Tamiya engineering for their armor kits.
Absolutely.
Here we gotta. This is the painted one, right? Right here.
I feel like every time a new one comes out, everybody says it's the pinnacle. How many pinnacles can we have?
It's like a mountain. It's a mountain range, Bad Santa. It's a mountain range, and it's going up and up and up until you get the K9.
Well, listen, I think that, to me is like, you're right. Every kit is good, but this kit is amazing, right? Any problems with it? What'd you do with the paint job on here, Brad?
So I used only Tamiya colors. And so I just started with NATO green and lightened it with, flesh. And then the brown is, flat earth, and, lightened that with, German yellow or desert yellow, I think it's called now. Just a little bit, and then just did a freehand camo. I know some people complain about Tamiya decals, but I've never had a problem with them. The only problem with these is the white is a little bit it's not opaque enough, so you can kind of see through the white.
No, listen, I'm going to tell you right now, that 64 number is a huge decal. And I'm going to put we're going to go a little full screen. You did a great job laying that down, Brad, because that's a huge decal.
Tell me you've never built a car without telling me.
Well, you know me, I don't build that. You know? But
thanks. I mean, it came out nice. I mean, I just use Microset. I use Microsoft. It's the best for decals.
No, you did a great job on that. Listen,
Thanks.
man, I mean, it's good I know you bust my chops about not painting, but it's great to see you paint something that's not just totally green by
No,
Mostly
but I
green.
do like
What
it.
do I do with this color?
I know. What is this brown? What is this
Yeah.
brown color?
Just pretend it's green.
mostly green. I can't see. I don't have my glasses. I gotta put my glasses on. I can't see my
You
screen.
can't see
here.
without his glasses. Where's his glasses at?
I can't. My glasses.
Well, everybody needs to put their glasses on because they can't see you either.
Right. This is when you were painting. Well, no. It's
Yeah.
because
So that's when that was the first. So I painted it. What I always do is I paint a dark green, and then I go over and shade it. So I did that with the base green before I put the brown down on it.
No. The paint went down, and this is all Tamiya paint.
All Tamiya paint.
Well, and what do you do to thin it down? What do you use?
I just use Tamiya thinner, and I mix it in the cup. I know that's that's not. Some people will maybe pass out, but
You put it. You fill up the jar itself.
so I just put a little. I put a little bit of thinner in first, and then mix the paint in on top of it. Right
Oh, in the actual jar of the
in the
paint?
cup,
No, in the airbrush.
in the airbrush,
Oh, in the cup. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. No.
and then spray it until it looks right, consistency wise, and then I'll paint the model.
Do you know a lot of people a lot of people do that. They put the thinner in, and they pour the paint in, they mix it in their cup of their airbrush. People do that.
Always do thinner first, though. You don't,
Do
Yeah, always
thinner
do the
first.
thinner first.
you
Yeah.
don't
Right.
want that big
Just-
glob of paint sitting at the bottom. And
Right. The people-
No.
The automotive painter in me is making my eyeball twitch with you guys saying that shit.
The automotive. Okay. All right. You do other stuff right now, though, Brad. You're not just doing You're not just doing armor. I see you got.
A
What is
boat.
this? You do
It's it's a modern Norwegian patrol craft. It's 1 to 350 scale, and it's by let's see, I got the box right here. It's by Pig Models.
pig models.
Yeah,
Mm.
and there's a picture in there. It's got the typical Scandinavian splinter camouflage. That's just with the hull line. The bottom is darker
Yeah.
gray.
Right.
And then there's a picture in there where I think I've got it on next to the instructions with the pink scheme. Is that in there? Did I send that to
Yeah, I
you?
think you did.
There you go.
Right. That is so cool, though, Brad. That's an awesome. That's like really cool camouflage, right, guys? I mean, don't
Splinter. Yeah.
you did it, and they give you masks for this, or you did it yourself?
No, I just used because the directions are in scale. That's why I have it right next to it. So I think the colors are spot on right now. The
They are.
gray and the
Yeah.
yellow.
Yeah.
And I'm just sort of taking it. I put Tamiya tape over the actual picture, and you can see through the Tamiya tape, and then cut it for a mask, and then put it on the model.
Listen, Brad, it pains me to give you props, but this is, I'm joking. No, that you did a really damn good job on that paint job right there. That's excellent. And that's spot on. Look, you can't even tell the difference between the that what's on that sheet and what's on your, even Russ Clark is saying he likes that. What's on the sheet and what's on the model.
Andrew just said it's not green. What's happening?
What's happening? No, this is excellent, Brad. This is really, really
Well,
good. I mean,
Thanks.
this is,
Well, you guys have been a bunch of podcasts ran the step outside your comfort zone thing.
right.
So I really took that to heart, and like, okay, not only is it not green, it doesn't have tracks.
Right.
It is Norwegian, so it's got that going for it.
Oh, is that what this is? Norwegian?
Yeah. And actually, through the wonders of the internet, I have a internet buddy, a Norwegian modeler, who sent me some pictures of the real thing, and the colors are spot on. I mean, they really did come out. They've come out really good so far.
That's an odd color camo scheme for a boat, though.
Yeah, well, they're fjord patrol, so they're in the idea is that you'll see them on top of the water with nature in the back, with like forest and whatever. So like beach, yeah. So
Okay,
some
gotcha.
brown, some sand.
Gotcha.
It's excellent job though, Brad. And you're talking about green because you are Mr. Green, you're Mr. OD or whatever. But we're gonna talk about now. This is not we got to work on your photography because I actually take hopefully this is the first live cast on the bench, and hopefully we do more of these every month. And people watching this who's going to be on future shows, This is not how you take a photograph of a model.
Well, you said on the bench. That's
Yeah, it's on
literally
the bench.
You know, it's funny you say that because Ashley's going to be coming on a little bit later, and I'm like, send on the bench pictures of things you're working on, and he's sending me pictures of his fucking workbench, just like from a distance. I'm like, not your workbench, a model that you're working on. But Brad, please tell me, what is that all over the sides and the top? Is that texture? Is that armor texture?
Yes, it's just on the side of the hull. It's just to give it a little bit of like steel plate look because it's to me a kit, right? And then on the turret, it's more for cast, so you can't really tell in the picture, but there's more of a cast texture on the turret,
Right.
and in the hull, it's just to make it look a little not
turret,
quite as.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
I said the turret looks stippled and the hull looks like you drew it backwards with a brush or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to try to keep it. You want to stipple it, make it rough, and then sand it down because you want it to be in scale. Because believe it or not,
Yeah,
a dirty
it's
50
really
minute-
subtle on the hull, and it's pretty subtle on the turret.
Did you send me another picture of this?
Yeah, isn't there one with it primed? I thought I sent you one with it primed.
What they primed? Let me see here. Did I get one more? I got this one here. This is not primed. This is another terrible picture.
Well, I'm trying to show you what it's going to look like when the wheels are on it because
What
they're not
is that?
attached yet.
What set is that for the mine roll?
That's from Bold Division,
Bold Division. That's
formerly Stahlhelm. Bold
now
Division
that's
bought
resin
out.
cast?
What's that?
Is that resin or is that 3D print?
It's both. There's some 3D print and some traditional resin.
And how was what's the base model for this kit? For this Sherman? For the
It's
Sherman?
just the Tamiya Sherman. The
And this upgrade this mine roller is designed specifically for this kit?
it'll work on the Asuka equivalent as well.
Okay. Excellent, man. We got a little feedback coming through from somebody. I don't think I got the picture of it being coated.
That's too bad. Right now it's sitting on my bench and it's primed.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have that one for some reason, but this is all the stuff that I have that you sent me. I just took the file,
There.
uploaded it into here.
There, it's primed. See?
Oh, there you go. There you go, bro. It looks good. Well, now we can see it. There we go. Well, we're not gonna rush you off here because we're trying to do like 10 minutes a guy, but this looks pretty good, Brad, what you're doing here. And listen, I think that ship that you're doing, I want to throw that ship back up really quick. The ship that you're doing is pretty amazing.
Thanks.
That paint job, that's not easy. And,
yeah, it almost looks like you have the reflection of your instructions shining off your boat.
Yeah. When I got those two colors down and I put it down, I was like, damn, I did a good job on this so far.
Shit, where did it go?
Camouflage is awesome.
Frank, I think we're getting a reverb from your mic for some reason a little bit. I don't know if it's yours or it's somebody.
It's Tooch.
Oh, it's Tooch? All right, there you go. All right, Brad, we appreciate you coming on you are first on the bench. And
Number one.
You are number one, and we figured get you on first so we can get you out of here quick.
Absolutely. So do I leave or do you kick me out? Do I?
Yes.
You can leave. If you can't figure it out, then we'll kick you out because we're going to replace you with our next guy that's on the lineup. And we got 11 guys coming on tonight. So this is
Much
Brad
like
is the
corporate
first of
America.
11.
Your spot's already filled before you're even cold.
I'm not even. Yeah, I mean they haven't even put my stuff in a cardboard box yet.
Yep.
Excellent. All right, Brad. Thanks for
All right,
coming
thanks,
on
guys.
the show. And we'll hold on. We'll get you on the podcast maybe again for a second try eventually. Oh,
I
there's
appreciate
Toots.
that.
A rematch.
A rematch.
All right.
Rematch.
Thanks, Brad. We appreciate
All right,
you,
guys.
bud. All right.
Bye.
We're going to get Mr. Brett on. Hey, Brett.
Hey, everybody.
Brett, how do you say it? Marquand, right? Is that how you say your last name?
Marquette.
Marquette. Ooh, I was close.
You were
So,
close.
Brett, how you doing? This is our first time meeting, but I know you listen to the podcast, right?
I do listen to it every week.
It's fun, right? What's your best part? What's your favorite part of the podcast?
It's raw. It's natural. It's real.
Yeah, we have a good time on the
Have
show.
a good time on it. And you still talk
Podcast is
about
great.
it.
Yeah, we got it. We're supposed to record tomorrow night, right? Sunday. Are we recording Sunday night?
Oh, tomorrow's Saturday.
I know tomorrow's Saturday. I'm
You said
asking about
tomorrow
Sunday.
night. We're recording tomorrow night.
Well, I think we're supposed to record Sunday night. I think though. So
I think.
I think. So, Brett, just give us a, we've never really met before. This is our first time meeting. So just give us a little background about yourself as a modeler and like what you like to build. And then we'll talk about some of this stuff.
All right. Well, I live in Leadville, Colorado, which is the highest city in North America, highest elevation city in North America.
Not the highest city.
Yeah, not the highest. I build, I always have 3 kits on the go at once, an aircraft, an armor, and an automotive. Because I found for me that keeps the mojo alive. Because if I get stuck on one, I can just move to another. Plus, it's 3 different styles. I've been modeling almost all my life. I have a YouTube channel called High Altitude Scale Modeling that I've been doing for about 10 years.
Okay.
Fun of it.
Get it up, Frankie.
So,
Yes, massa.
and
No, that's
I have 4 builds on the go because when you show in a second, I got this Phantom I've been working on. It's got 400 stencils, so I take my time with it.
That's
Yeah,
it. You're not doing them all then.
No, not all at once.
we're gonna do this. So here we go.
There you go. Zukimura 48 scale F4E Phantom.
Wow, how's the kit go together? This looks great, Brett.
Kit's great. There's no seam lines. It had no putty was needed. It just pretty much fell together. It's got great detail. The decals are very nice. Like I said, there's 400 stencils. I'm about 110 into them. About one day a week, I'll do 25 or 30. And so I just keep going on it. And I can't wait to get it done. My dad passed away last year and he was in the Vietnam War. So I want to do a whole bunch of Vietnam aircraft this year.
Okay.
So this was the first one.
Okay, and what do you use for your paints? The paint went down great from the pictures.
It's AK Real Colors paint. I use that or Tamiya lacquers.
Okay.
I did about 60-40 with Mr. Color Leveling Thinner, and it just goes down beautifully.
Yeah, excellent. Really, really nice. This is really nice. And the kit, you said Zukimura, right?
Yep, Zukimura.
Love Zukimura.
They great models.
Well,
I
Brett,
tried to do one of
are
them
you-
one time.
Brett, are you pre-shading or stippling or anything like that to get your camera to look like that?
No, that's just Mr. Aqueous. I think I did black primer on this one,
Okay.
and then I just paint it, and then I'll do some panel line wash after I'm done with the decals, and I clear coat it.
Nice.
this is
looking
really,
good.
this is really good, Brett. Excellent.
Thanks.
We have a couple of good plane guys in here. I'm not a plane guy, so I'm always like mesmerized by really, good plane work. This is and this is 32nd scale.
No, 48.
Oh shit! Sorry, 48 scale. It's
It's-
big for a
it's a
freaking
big
48
bird.
scale.
Yeah, Phantoms are good size.
And do they make? Does anybody make this in 30? I'm assuming someone makes this in
Yes.
32nd scale.
Yes, they do.
Yes. Tamiya, Hasegawa, Zukimura, I think, does one in 32nd scale as
Wow.
well.
What's the price point on a 32nd scale one? What's the price point on this as a 48th?
This was $75 when I got it a couple years ago.
Okay, and I'm assuming the 32nd is in the mid 100 range or close to 200.
150.
Yeah. Yeah.
What 350? How much you said?
No,
150.
150.
Not
Not bad.
But that was before tariff, so it could be a lot more now.
Yeah, right before there.
Right,
We
is that a 69 Chevelle in the background?
It's starting out as a 69 Chevelle.
well,
Okay.
we'll go to that.
One of,
I know
our,
they,
one of our commenters spotted it and asked about it.
so you know what? We're gonna do this. I see that you do have a Chevelle that you're working on. Is that what this is?
Well, it started out as the Revell 69 Chevelle. There's a company in Canada called Canuck 3D Printing. They've got the great part you see in the front. It's for a 69 Pontiac Beaumont.
Okay.
So they make the front and the back and the dashboard to turn it into a 69 Pontiac Beaumont.
Nice.
Brian's asking what version of variant of the F4 was that?
It's the F4E.
E. All right, Brian's and he's got the J. Brian's going to be coming on in a few minutes too. This is so, Brett, man. You're like, I mean, I say Frankie Donati's got modeling ADHD. Like you're all over the place, huh? You do cars, you do planes. I see you got some other things back here that we're going to show that you like to do.
I do. I love them all, and they keeps my mojo going because I never get bored. If I get stuck on one like this Phantom with the stencils, I can move on to another one.
Well, you got this guy too.
Andrew Frill in the hizzy.
Frildo's here.
Frodo's here. Oh, look at
Yeah.
this. What's going on, Frodo? What is this you're working on here, Brett?
That's the Border Models 135th Focke-Wulf 190A8.
Okay. How do you
That's
like
gorgeous.
that? Okay. How do you like their kits as a 35th scale and also a border model?
The border models, they went together great.
Okay.
35th scale because it's smaller than 32nd, and I can sit it next to one of my Tiger tank builds.
Yeah.
And that's what I like about the 35th.
That's the idea of them wanting to do that as a 35th scale kit.
So
I
I'm
love
happy-
me a butcher bird too.
Yeah.
Mm.
So border models does very good models. The instructions, sometimes they slip up a little bit on them.
That's what I was going to ask. Any problems with the instructions, you know?
The instructions, like the funny thing is, I've got the Focke-Wulf instructions here, but it's got a little Focke-Wulf in the corner. It says Messerschmitt underneath of it. So they
This
do.
is-
Their instructions do have some issues, but the kits go together so great.
Yeah, this is great. We got another angle here too. We got one right over here.
Yeah, and that's the first pass with the camouflage. That's why it's kind of splotchy and stuff.
Okay.
I got to
And-
do how I run with it.
Was this your first time building any type of border model? This is the first time?
Yes, that's my first border model.
Do they make any other ones now, plane
Yeah.
wise in 35th?
Yeah, they've got
Yeah.
the Stuka, they've got the Messerschmitt, they've got
190
they've got three
or 109. Sorry.
109. They got three Japanese ones. They're coming out with a 35th HE 111 later this year. But the CAD shots in the first run of it look really good.
Yeah, this looks
Yeah.
great. This is really nice.
Border models planes apparently are better than their armor. 'Cause their armor is not that great.
Yeah, I'll back you up on that one.
So I wanted to see this really quick. Well, first you got armor, but I want to take a look at this really quick. Engines
That's the engine for the Pontiac build,
for the Pontiac build. Okay.
the 396.
Oh wow! And look at this. I'm looking at the decals there at the bottom on the parts of the. This is great. What kind of paint did you use on that? Is like a light blue?
It's Pontiac blue from MCW, Model Car World Paints.
What kind of paint is that? Is that light blue?
Yeah, I don't know what paint is, you bastard. That's why.
Oh, that was great. I loved it.
The carburetor is actually 3D printed from MCW or MCV videos.
I was
Okay.
gonna say that thing looks pretty all right. Awesome.
Other than
This
that,
is-
the engine's strictly the kit engine, except for the carburetor and the distributor and the wiring.
Wow. This looks great, Brett. This is really nice. And listen, you're all over the place for Christ's sake. I love it.
It's
I
fun.
can't- Yeah, I see that. And then you got, and this is, for me, this is what we got to talk about. You got a Bradley here, right?
A Magic Factory Bradley. It's my first
Yeah.
Magic Factory kit.
Yeah, they have good stuff. I did a 72nd scale Puma. It was pretty
Yeah.
good. How do you like it?
I'm enjoying it. All the venting and it's all PE, and
That's called an oil filter.
everything moves on it, and it's just really nice.
Yeah. Listen, you're trying this. It was your first time building a border model, first time building a Magic Factory model. That it's nice to see these new companies coming around here.
It
Right,
is.
Rob?
Yeah, yeah.
Brad, is that the M2A2?
It's a M2A4.
Okay, I got the A2. I've never built Magic Factory. How you liking it?
It went together very well too.
Yeah.
It had no problems. The tracks are length and length.
Okay.
I think I'd prefer to get some 3D tracks for it, but they look
Yeah.
good.
I thought that came with individual tracks.
No, it doesn't.
Huh.
This is really good stuff, Brett. I mean, and what's your channel again? What's your YouTube channel again?
High altitude scale modeling.
High altitude scale model. I got to check it out. And
I just
you-
subscribed.
I'm gonna hopefully more guys subscribe. Now on your channel, you show all these builds that you're currently working on, or you focus on something specific?
Well, mainly there's a lot of kit reviews on there. I'm starting to get into more build reviews and build things. I got an update for the Pontiac going to go up there next week,
Okay,
and then I will start doing a lot more build videos.
excellent. All right, we're gonna promote you a little bit here. I
Plus, I'm
think
going to start going on your Discord now that I've got.
yeah, come on. What you see, a lot
Now
of
that
the
you got a
guys.
taste of it.
Yeah, well, this is how it usually is, and you got a lot of guys that are in the chat come in, and we have a great time. And it's usually on a Friday night. There'll be a ton of us in there right now, but we always have a blast. This is what it's about. Get real time critiques. Guys share stuff to show, and you get your balls busted. I think I get my balls busted more than anybody.
Nah.
Nah.
Just like the podcast.
Yeah, right. And see, you know.
No,
Yeah, this is great stuff, Brett, and I really appreciate you coming on. This is what we're trying to do, is we're trying to promote work and get people on. This is not a podcast, obviously, but this is something that you couldn't do on a podcast because you can't see. you know,
Right.
something like this is an opportunity for people to come on and show their work and, you know, just talk about the hobby and have fun.
Yeah, and I appreciate you having me because I want to get back more into it. And
Yeah, I'm glad you came right on. You're like, "I'll come on." I'm like, "You're on."
Brett, did you do a review of the Academy A10?
I did a while ago.
Yeah, I think that's now I recognize you now.
Yeah, I did that a while ago.
Excellent.
Now I know who you are. I think I'm
Yeah.
subscribed to you too.
I think you are too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, excellent. We're actually going to start like a new segment on the podcast, just talking about YouTube channels or Instagram pages. I like not to say work, but just people to promote like some channels and some pages.
Oh, like the
of
social
the-
media shout out.
Not just social media shout out. No. Well, to talk about doing a social media shout out could be anybody. It's just someone's work. They don't necessarily
Right.
have like a YouTube channel.
No,
or
I
something.
know. I know.
You know, I think it'll be good to do. You know. All right, Brett, man, thanks for coming on. We really appreciate it.
It's great.
And I look forward to keeping in touch and you getting in the Discord and, you know, stay in touch, please.
I will. I'll be there.
All right, Brett. Thank
Hey,
you.
man. We'll see you then.
All right. Excellent.
Riv, we got an update. We have 44 people watching.
Yeah, it's going pretty good, man. This is good. I mean, I wanted 30 and getting 40 plus is excellent. So we're going to get our buddy Jay in here. Jay.
What's
How
going
you
on?
doing, all right?
Yeah.
How's everything going? All right.
Yeah.
Well, Jay's a buddy of ours. Jay joins our, he's in our build rooms a lot, and Jay does some really nice stuff. But Jay, a lot of people watching right now probably don't really know who you are or know about what you like to do. So just give a brief introduction of yourself and what you like to build.
All right. Yeah, I'm from Mahler from Northern Illinois, Rockford area. I like to build pretty much anything and everything. I build aircraft, armor, little bit of sci-fi, and ships. So yeah, so I'm all over the place.
Excellent. Well, Jay, you do good stuff, man. It's great watching you build sometimes. Sometimes like you're in like you go into like what's the word I'm looking for, Frank? Like you're like in a trance sometimes when you're building. Sometimes like you're like just staring and not moving for a little while, and I get a little nervous. Make sure you're breathing still. I was like, someone put a mirror under his face. I want to make sure he's still with us.
You get that concentration.
I'm breaking your chops. All right, so Jay, we're gonna start looking at some of your stuff, and you do some great stuff. Yeah, I want to start off with this because I love this picture. We're gonna start off with this guy right here.
Yeah,
So
this
what are we
is
looking at here.
this is a commission build. I'm building for a buddy of mine. This is the 1/32 scale J7W1 Shinden from Zukimura.
Okay, we're gonna do this really quick. So this is what it is right here.
Yep.
Wow, look at that, Jay. Oh, wow, that's great.
Yeah, if you want to build a Shinden in 32nd scale, this is pretty much the only game in town.
Right.
It's fantastically detailed. The only thing I ran into was a little bit of fit issues with the outer, assembling the outer skins.
Okay.
You got to make sure that everything is test fit before you bring glue into anything. But other than that, not a whole lot of fit issues. It went together relatively well, but I wouldn't. I'm probably going to go out on a limb and say this, but it didn't go together like a Tamiya kit would. I'll tell you that right now. But that being said,
They're not near as detailed either, so there's a lot of engineering things
Right.
to deal with, right?
yeah, the engine on this thing is it's a model kit in itself. I mean, it's incredibly detailed, and this also has the photo etch instrument panel or interior set that I added to it. And then there's a sortie preparation set with a pilot and a mechanic and a ladder that's going to go with this.
Is this the build that you were talking about when we were talking about you doing a commission build and you were like kind of getting all antsy? You're like, I'm never doing a commission build again.
Yeah, this has been a marathon project for me.
Wow, well, I could see that because the detail in this model, Jay, is pretty effing amazing. I'm gonna censor myself on that. It's just pretty damn good, Jay. Wow, impressive.
It came
Jay,
out pretty good.
Jay, did you decal or did you air mask and airbrush the meatballs?
No, those are actually the decals.
Well, they sat
Wow.
down really nice.
You can't even see any film at all on
The
this.
the leading edge identification marks, the yellow, those are actually decals also.
Oh, damn. This is really, really good, Jay. Outstanding. Outstanding work. So how do you like how is this is the first time doing a Zuki kit for you? You've done other ones. Is this a Zuki you said? A Zuki Mora?
Yeah, Suzuki Mira. No, this is the first one that I've ever done, and this is the actually the first 32nd scale aircraft that I've ever done.
Okay. And what's your experience with that?
I love the scale because of my big fat sausage fingers, but I have nowhere to put them. So
Right.
it's one of those things. I'd love to do it, but 48 scales pretty much my ideal scale for aircraft.
Tooch, you see the instrument panel on this thing? Tooch is reading text. Pretty impressive, huh? Look at that thing.
It is. That's amazing.
Is that
I mean-
decal or painted?
No, that is the instrument panel is actually the photo etch. It's the Zuki Mira photo etch, which is actually it's made by Edward.
I want to go back
Oh,
to the
so
screen.
is it before you move on, Rob? So is
Okay.
that photo etch that's already got the color
Yep.
embossed on it? Okay,
Yeah.
so just
Yeah.
plug and play.
I'm sorry.
I cheated.
Now
I'm
they're
trying to
not.
get back. I'm
Now,
sorry.
now Zukimura is using Red Fox, so they're
Oh,
even
okay.
nicer.
Or newer well, which is what 3D printed, right?
Yeah.
Rob Adams, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
bet.
This is, I mean, this engine too. Now, obviously, this is going to be displayed like this. This is not going to be covered up, though.
Correct. It's gonna. I think my buddy's gonna depict it as basically a test start, so that the engine cowling will be removed. I think the front, the machine gun hatch will be removed, and you'll see. I'll take a picture. I'll mock it up once it's done, and I'll take a picture of it with the sortie preparation set with the pilot in there, and then the mechanic. He'll have a clipboard, and they'll be doing going through a checklist.
Wow. This is impressive stuff, Jay. This is really, really nice. There's a bunch of plane guys I know in the chat. I know that the Model Geek guys are in there. I see. And they're big plane guys too, man. This is impressive stuff, Jay.
Well, thank you.
You got to start building some armor.
Actually, I've got one on the bench. I just got a Tamiya Panzer
What are you doing to me? What?
Panzer 4F.
Okay, great kit. The new one?
It's the one with the motorcycle and
Yeah,
the big,
yeah. The Africa Corps one. It's a great kit. Wow,
Yeah.
this is excellent. The people are loving it, man. The chat is really chatting it up about this. The cockpit is very, very impressive.
It is.
Very impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was a fun build, but it was a little bit nerve wracking also.
You having fun, right?
Oh yeah, I've taken a hiatus, and I just came back here to modeling again, a couple of months ago, a few months ago. And,
What do you mean a hiatus? How long of a hiatus?
I took about 8 months off.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking years here, and I was like,
Right.
wait a minute.
Well, I started up a YouTube channel about 3 years ago, and I still have it, but it's laying in cobwebs right now. So
It's hard though. It's hard to keep up with that too.
yeah,
So
So-
life going on and stuff too. Yeah.
I plan on probably doing some more with the YouTube channel in the future. But
Yeah. Well, Jay, we're
Right.
gonna. What's the name of the Jay? You never said it. What's the name of the YouTube channel?
Plastic and Props.
Plastic and Props. Okay. Listen, we were in the build room a lot together now, and I like the other night you were like, Riv, never do commission work. I'm like, he's like, I'm never doing this again. I heard you get old, and I thought you were struggling. You ain't struggling. This isn't If this is struggling, then there's problems. I got
It's
problems.
tedium. It's tedium. It's not
Right.
struggle.
Is And the guy that I'm doing for, I mean, I love him dearly. He's a good friend of mine, and I'll do anything for the guy. He'll do anything for me. So,
Yeah.
Is he going to pay you 10 grand then?
no, but he's paying me healthily. Yeah. So
Good.
Well, listen, Jay, this is outstanding, and we really appreciate you coming on the show. And you know, we always talk when we're in the room too. Tell everybody how do you like the build rooms? They're fun, right?
oh, they're a blast, man.
Right, we have a great time in there.
I never even knew, you know, how much fun it would actually be. You know, some people, you know, you get in there and you're kind of timid at first, but the more you go in there, I mean, all you guys are great. You guys are fantastic. I find myself coming home from work going, yeah, I think I'm going to go in the build room tonight, see what
Right,
everybody.
yeah, need to unwind a little, so you got to come into the nonsensicality.
No, it is. It's actually a bit of therapy for me, you know. So
Absolutely.
And Jay even comes in during the earlier hours when the classy guys are on, so it's a lot calmer.
Oh, you mean the guys that aren't currently having to go to work?
well,
Those are-
Classy guys.
Yeah.
I'm talking about he's talking about the pinky up guys.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. You know, when we're drinking the tea in the daytime.
Cigars and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, I do believe you're doing the Chroma Mark 8 with the 7/4 variation. Yes, yes, yes. Very lovely, lovely. That's what we're doing.
That's it.
Yeah, but Jay, this was great. We really appreciate you coming on. We do, and this was, you know, we'll see you probably tomorrow in the room.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, man, this is great. Thanks a lot, Jay.
See you, Jay.
All right,
good,
we'll
buddy.
chat later.
Hey, Jay, thanks for coming in, man.
All right.
Yeah, look at this. Joe Box said, yeah, the geeks are coming in trying to take over the show. They're in there in the chat. We got Frildo and I know Whitey's here. Is anybody else in here? Is Samo and those guys in here?
So far, I've only seen Frill and Whitey.
They better watch their backs. I'm gonna have to go over there. You know, these guys, they changed their format. Now they think they're who they are. That's how those guys are over there. All right. So our next guy, our good friend, Mr. Frankie Blanton, the infamous Frankie Blanton.
Thank God he put a
Yeah.
shirt that doesn't look like he's not wearing a shirt on.
And Frankie is currently on vacation right now. He's nightlife in it right now with the wife, but he made time to come on with us.
Yes, I did. And I even shaved tonight because, you know, I'm on the highest
Whoa.
Nielsen rated
Put the pants
podcast.
back on.
Well, listen, if people listen to the podcast, will know that Frankie Blanton was on episode 4, and he is the first cold opening we ever did because it was the funniest cold opening I think we've ever had. It was the first one when Frankie Blanton was telling a story, and he was so drunk that mid-story he forgot what the story was.
Yep, that's that happens a lot. So it's a good thing I'm retired now.
It
I'm not-
happens a lot.
I'm
Frankie,
not responsible for anything.
well, first off, you know what? Let me just do something really quick before we start. When we start looking
Well,
at your stuff,
We gotta be conscious of his times. He's got Mai Tais and martinis.
I want to
in
bring
20
this up
minutes.
really quick because I have a problem. I see that you're painting exhaust here, and we're going to get to that. But
Jeez.
what
Here we
paint
go.
is that?
That's some of the
Oh, here
most
we
wonderful acrylic paint ever. Is what that is. You
I
can
don't want-
read labels, Riv.
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear that
You know-
I need to start being happy about Mission Models paints.
Hey, well, let me tell you, this was the first time that I actually used the Mission Models metallic paints, and I did the interior engines on the Monogram Colonial Viper. And I was really impressed with it. You know, I wiped down the plastic and everything good with a little bit of alcohol wipe.
Right.
And then put the primer coat on, which would be the gloss black, and then went over it with their chrome. And then I dusted it with a sepia acrylic mix. And
Yeah.
I was really pleased with it. It really worked well. Now, that said,
Right.
on the back of the model, on the engines on the rear, the hot metal effects. Now that was done with All-Clad, and that's because I have a stock of All-Clad left over. and I'm not willing to throw all that out until I use it up, and then I'll fill it in with mission models a little bit later.
Squid Lips
I'm
is
in a
saying that
very
it's the
unique
best paint.
position,
Crazy.
Rob, and I'm in a very unique position that I'm in a situation where I cannot vent my paint booth to the outdoors. So I use a double filtration system behind the 2 filters that are in my paint booth, and I spray with acrylics because I live in an open concept condominium. So when I'm sitting at my workbench, I'm looking down at my kitchen, and
No,
I'm
I know,
looking
yeah.
out over the railing over my living room. So
Frankie,
that's why I'm using it.
we didn't do a proper introduction for you.
Okay.
You know, we just put you on and I started just lambasting you about getting drunk on the show and also painting with Mission Models paints. So just give a little intro.
So I've been building models since I was about 8 years old. I'm 60 now and retired, and I'm building models now about 4 or 5 hours a day, and I'm absolutely loving it. I get plenty of time in. I get into the build rooms at night with you guys and just have a blast with everybody. I'm blown away by the incredible builds that I've seen, not only on this platform tonight, but also on the Modeling Insanity Facebook page. And it's very inspiring, and it keeps me going. I particularly love to build armor models in 1/35th scale, like B-Rad Bell sign. I'm a Olive Drab modeler as well. I love that his name is Olive Brad. I love that. I particularly like doing a lot of Allied armor, and a little bit of German armor. But sci-fi is my sort of go-to when I need a break or when I need to just be absolutely creative. So what everybody's looking at here is a model of the old Revell Monogram Colonial Viper kit.
This kit, right? Yeah,
Yep,
there it
that's
is.
the one. Now, interestingly enough, that model was sent to me from Rudy and Danielle, the hobby shop that the Model Geeks talk about all the time on their podcast.
Right.
And the name escapes me. You know how I am.
Lionheart Hobbies.
Lionheart, right? They sent it to me because I was actually looking for the Mobius kit of the Viper Mark II from the Reimagined series, but that showed up and it had instructions in Spanish, and there was actually graphics in Spanish. So this is probably my 3rd monogram Viper I've built, but I have about 4 other Vipers that I've done, and I really love the Viper. And this particular build was something that I wanted to throw together and do a what if paint scheme. It's sort of a palette cleanser from doing historically accurate armor and doing all the research and everything. This is something I could do on my own. The paint scheme, the striping is marigold, and it's inspired by the Y-Wings from Gold Squadron from Star Wars A New Hope. I wanted to try out the Tamiya masking tape for curves. So you can see on the lower wing there, I actually, went around and used that tape. And it worked really well for curves. And then I taped everything off after I sprayed the white. I taped everything off and sprayed the striping on there. I just, I had a ball building this. I wanted to do one of my Vipers in a gloss white paint scheme. So I actually mixed Mission Models gloss white with a little bit of Insignia white, which it's interesting. I didn't realize that Insignia white had a little bit of a tan tint to it. So I actually did the front engines right behind the cockpit and the guns. I did those in gloss white, but I did the rest of the model in the mix of gloss white and Insignia white. And my other favorite thing to do when I just want to do something totally creative is I grab decals from different microscale sheets, U.S. Navy sheets, for things like no steps and data plates and things like that. I did purchase a set of decals specific for Battlestar Galactica. So the whole scenario behind this Viper is a figure who was on the original series television show. His call sign was Bojay, but this would be prior to his assignment on the Battlestar Galactica. So I built this whole backstory and did the Battlestar Olympia. Had a pretty cool squadron marking for it, which I put on the tail. On the top of the engine there, you'll notice that marking is a marking from the Reimagined series that's on the Vipers on the Reimagined series. So I was able to, I was trying to tie two series together, one from 1978 and one from 2004, 2005.
I really like the burnt metal effects you got going on there, Frankie. It looks fantastic.
Hell yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. So my good friend, Ashley Abernathy, who's that bum that's on this podcast, be later this evening on this live cast. He helped me originally do some burnt metal effects in my Millennium Falcon model back in 2008. And those rear engines were done with all clad and clear red, clear blue, clear yellow, the all clad chrome, the all clad gloss black, and then sprayed over it with all clad sepia to tie everything together. And I actually did that small job in my paint booth in our home. And it was funny because after I shut everything down and cleaned my airbrush, I was going around the house with a candle and asking my wife, can you smell anything? Is everything good? Is everything good? Everything's good. Everything checked out. We're good to go. I did do some pre-shading or some panel lining underneath with some black, and then went over the rest of the scheme. The rest of the paints are all Mission Models paints, which I really like. There was a bit of a learning curve with those when I started using them in 2017, but not too hard to figure out and dial it in.
No, it's a pretty amazing stuff, Frankie. You always do a great job with the sci-fi too. Like you're always just knocking it out of the park, like you did with. I mean, how many? Just let everybody know, how long did it take you to do that Millennium Falcon?
Yeah, so the Millennium Falcon, I purchased it at the IPMS Nationals in Columbus in 2009. I think we had to tie the box to the roof. It was the Fine Molds 1/72nd scale kit. We had to tie that kit to the roof of the car, but
Oh my God.
I think I spent 7 or 8 months just painting that.
It's like Aunt Edna on top with the blanket on it.
Doing layers of paints and doing the pie sections. And you know, I really enjoy doing that, and I really enjoy working on things like this where I'm not doing an olive drab flat paint scheme or a 3-tone ambush scheme. I can do something that's kind of bright and shiny, and you know, with these Vipers, I can kind of do my own thing to them.
Yeah, no, this is.
Why is the cockpit blacked out? Are you hiding something, Frankie?
Oh my God.
Yes, because that kit, the original issue of that kit, it's a solid cockpit, Rob, and you get decals to put over that. So
oh yeah,
I just painted all that over. They did a monogram. Revell monogram. They did a reissue in 2014, and it came with a clear cockpit and a cockpit tub and a pilot and everything. This one didn't have it, so I just did. Looking at the crawler.
Do your saying. What's your saying, Frank?
Yeah. It's you know, it's a hard hobby for soft men. That's a quote by J.W. Sosofsky, one of the greatest modelers I've ever known. He was my Sherman influencer back in the day, and we've lost track of Jay. We don't know where he is, but that's an original quote from J.W. Sosofsky. So getting back on the Viper, Rob, I don't know if you have a side shot that I sent you. I wanted to touch on the cannons a little bit that are
let me see what I
mounted
got
on
here.
the wings.
I got something like you should give me like an on the bench here. Is that
okay?
The one you're
There's an
talking about?
on the bench pre-stripes. I've done a little bit of panel shading, a little bit of streaking. with the airbrush. Now that gold color that's on those clamps, I guess, on the forward engine nacelles, that was all colored using a graphic marker, kind of like a paint marker.
Yeah.
Not an AK marker. This is an artist
It's like
marker.
an M16 marker.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, yeah.
It was bad.
And no, it's good, Justin.
They can't all be winners. I
Right.
wouldn't have to get up at 4 a.m. if I did.
And most of those pieces weren't even glued in there. I just pretty much put the model together without glue, just to check the fit of everything. Obviously, the rear engine cans. Man, I wish those things were tail feathered. They would be awesome. I know Frill would love that if they were tail feathers. But those things were separate. But Rob, I don't know if you've got another shot you can show. Maybe there's a close up of the side of the cockpit.
Let me
with
see
the
if
camera.
let me see if I got any more. I don't. I mean, I don't. These are the ones you sent me. All I do is like load your folders in here.
Okay.
This is the other one I have. Like when you were in
There you
progress,
go.
a little in
That's
progress.
doing the
you were
chrome,
doing.
right? Right.
This is when you were putting the chrome and you were doing everything.
Yep.
Is that mission models too? The chrome?
The chrome on the inside of the intakes is mission models, but the chrome on the actual engines on the back, that's a good shot, Rob. Stay there. That is Rob Adams. That is the all clad on the back.
Okay.
Because I did not have any of the clear mission models paints. I still had a stock of all clad left over, and I'm not going to throw material
Hell no.
out just to use, you know what I mean? So I
Hell
want to
no.
use that up. So Rob, I don't know if you can zoom in down there on the logo.
No, I can't
but-
zoom on here on this. If you were
That's
sharing
all
the
right.
screen, we might be able to, but on this I can't zoom. But listen, you don't want to be too
That's okay.
close. It's like a Mona Lisa, then you know.
Yeah, right, exactly. So I added some lead wire to the guns to add some detail there, and I also had some kill markings for Cylon Raiders. So hey man, it's all good. It's something I enjoyed doing. I had a lot of fun with it, and I'll have it at the IPMS Nationals in Hampton in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that. We will be there on the Thursday. Me, Toots, and Justin will be there on the Thursday. So I'm really looking forward to it. This is
Yeah,
a great.
and you guys will have stickers there because John Bagley's coming up to get his sticker, right?
We're gonna bring.
Yeah.
We're gonna have stuff down. No, not many shirts because we have to reorder. But there are gonna be stuff there. We're gonna have a table, and we'll have stuff there. But we might not be at the table that much. We're just gonna be probably hanging out and walking around and doing some purchasing and looking at some models on the tables and stuff.
Right.
But we're looking.
I have
forward to
about
it.
150 stickers in stock. So
Yeah, I got a bunch. We got a bunch. We got a bunch of that to bring.
we got lots.
Well,
We got
that's-
lots.
Frank, Frankie, we're glad
That's
you
great.
came on, man. It's always a blast. We got to get you back. Wait, you came? Were you back on the second time on the podcast? You were on episode 4. Did you come? You never came back
Nope.
yet.
No,
Nope.
not yet.
You haven't
There's-
been asked back, huh? I got to talk to the guy that kind of schedules and we'll get you
Listen,
on.
you're gonna have to talk to your people. Get your people to have lunch with my people, and we'll get it all
You know,
figured
those
out.
model geeks guys should be getting Frankie Blanton on, actually, considering he badmouthed me through a freaking viewer email to the geeks.
Listen, Rob, that was
They
all
know.
done in love, my friend. Rob, I'll never forget the first time we met, but I'll keep trying.
Zing!
Frankie, we love you, man. Right? We have a great time,
Hey.
and we're really glad that you came on this. The
We
first,
love you when you're here, and even
off-
better when you're gone.
yeah, the
That's
first
right,
live
that's right.
cast on the bench we're doing on our Friday night live cast. This is fun.
That's
and we
right.
appreciate you coming on, Frankie. You
Justin
did a great
Frankie
job on
always-
this.
Justin
See you,
always
Frankie.
puts his arms around me and he says, Frankie, he says, you bring everyone so much joy when you leave the room. And I love it. Hey, I just want to say hi to John Colasante. I know he's on
Yeah, I
there.
see
We've never
John
met in
messaged
person,
him.
but we've chatted about some Sherman sand shields. Hey, John, good to hear from you. Thanks, Rob. That's all.
That was a great live cast last episode with the John doing the 3D printing stuff. People loved it, man. We're gonna try to keep those episode live casts on Thursdays as interactive like that as possible, with the people showing their work and talking about stuff. We should have did that earlier, but we're gonna keep doing that stuff. That's good.
Have
Right
one
on.
for me,
He's drinking
Frankie.
scotch.
All
Have one for
right.
me, buddy.
All right, Frankie, be good. Stay in the chat, man, please. Thank you. Who we getting on next? Right, who's our next guy?
Me? Oh,
I
fuck.
gotta remove you though, Frankie, so we can get the next guys on. All right. Oh, you gotta watch from the backside for Frankie.
Yeah, you got to watch it from the back.
All right, Frankie. Be
favorite
good. I gotta
angle.
remove you, buddy. All right. All
Get
right.
the fuck
All right. So, we got freaking Brian Denklau back, who had episode 3 dedicated to him. So we already know about you. But this
Hi, everybody. Back
well,
again.
you are a veteran when it comes to this stuff. So just give everybody who maybe not seen episode 3 or listen to the podcast, tell them about the podcast yourself and what you do, Bri.
Hey, everybody. My name is Brian. I go by Bro Builder on Instagram. Some people call me the Space Cowboy. Yeah, thank you. And no, I've been a scale modeler for a very long time, basically my whole life, off and on. I build all sorts of shit. That's why I go by Bro Builder on the Instagram. And yeah, I have a YouTube channel. It's actually just called Brian Denklau now. It used to be called Kodo Kai, but that's a deep cut. So watch my live streams. There are 270 of them or some shit, and you'll learn that whole story. Let's see. Yeah. Here on the East Coast, building models. Been doing more community related interactions, trying to work on building community outreach and helping to structure the judging criterias within the various hobby outlets. Been a good time. It's a lot of work. It's a great way to stay in shape.
Well,
Bad
listen,
shape, but it's a way to stay in shape.
well, Bri, we're glad you're on
Round
here, and everybody
is a
knows
shape.
the work that you do. You're a big Gundam guy, but you also do a lot of other things too besides Gundams, though. But you
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But you got mostly Gundam stuff. You got some other like weird. You got like props going and stuff too, right?
Yeah. Jack of all trades, master of none, my friends. That's the idea. Be stronger in your own way by learning always.
We're gonna look at this first to start off. Let's move it
Yeah.
like this.
Yeah, there you go.
I know you're always scratch building these Gundam space things or whatever you're doing. So what are we looking at over here?
This is the current big mecha project that's on the bench. It's a kit bashed. Hang on, where's my notes? I took notes.
You don't need no. You're a pro.
Yeah, I
It's
know.
fucking massive, is what it's going to be.
It all came out of my head. No, but I mean, so basically, this is so the project is a kit bash of the 1/100 Master Grade XS and the 303E Deep Striker. I talked about it a little bit on that live cast we were on before, Rob.
Right. Yeah.
Right. So this part we're looking at right here, I didn't have then. It was locked away. I had to go to my storage unit and search for 4 hours to find the parts of this because it was buried in the depths of all of my Lego and everything that I have, like, from the move from Brooklyn to New Jersey. It's been that long since I worked on this project.
Wow. Okay.
Right.
And what's the scale on this?
1 to 100 scale.
Okay. What's that, Robbie? You going to say something?
Oh, I know exactly what kits he's bashing, and this thing is going to be fucking gigantic, man.
It is beyond. It's
beyond
gigantic.
ridiculous. When you think big Gundam, think even ridiculously bigger Gundam.
It's like how big in feet?
I made it. Well, I had to cut part of the barrel off so that it would fit within GBWC regulations, which is I think 50. Is it like 55, half a meter roughly? So half a meter square.
Mm-hmm.
So think about, or half a meter cubed. I guess 55 centimeters cubed, approximately. I
Okay.
think that's what it is, which is huge.
And this is another part to it.
Yeah, this is the lower. So this is the lower skirt. Basically, this is the pelvis, and you can see that there's like some putty and there's some off-looking colored parts on this. What happened here, which I didn't get to talk about with the other core yet, is that with that top part there, that whole huge backpack element and that front element. I ripped apart the entire inside inner structure of the core part of the Gundam, and I rebuilt it because so the XS and the 303 Deep Striker don't have any sort of here, put me back on screen. They don't have any sort of mobility.
Do you want to look at the old picture again? I want to look at this one.
No. Yeah, you whatever. It doesn't matter. What I'm going to
Okay.
show is going to
This
explain
ruler-
everything.
Him big and Brian.
This
Big and him.
ruler is 30 centimeters. So add another 25 to that.
It's a big,
It's big.
freaking model.
It's fucking
It's
huge.
Yeah, yeah, it's real big. I think that's It's like maybe end to end. It's maybe like this long, something like
Okay.
that. So yeah, but so like the core is this thing right here. This is the core of the model. So this is what it comes with, and it's a block. It has a solid post on the bottom. There's nothing. And what this is supposed to be is this motherfucker right here. Zoom.
Wow,
an
okay.
airplane, right? If I can get the wings to pop out. Here we go. Hang on. There. All right. So it has these wings. And then this is the core. This is the core fighter. So when you hear Gundam guys talk about the core fighter that goes inside the Gundam,
Right.
that's this, right? So this bitch transforms beep, boop, 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 beep, into the core, the interior of what is supposed to be the chest of this fucking
Oh, okay. I understand what you're saying. No.
thing down here, and it
Right.
clips up inside this. Like this thing here is a mimic. This mimics that. But what I did was I ripped all of this stuff on the inside out, and I added in new parts, and I made it assimilation. I don't want to say I made it compatible so that you can use this donor kit to create movement within, and that's what the top part of this right here. That's I want to call it the saddle, the part of the pelvis.
Right.
And that's that is there. So to get that to work together, I had to take parts off of the Gundam, and I had to shape this part to fit to it, glue it, backfill it with CA plus, and then epoxy sculpt, and then prime it, fill it all, sand it all down and shit.
There's a
This is
leg.
just
This
the-
is the leg of it.
Right. Yes, this is the leg. And for this,
It's
I
huge.
added. Yeah, it is huge. But you know what's funny thing about that is I added 4 millimeters to the knee and 2 millimeters to the thigh to make them longer.
How'd you do that? Like, what did you do? Like at the midsection of the thigh?
Yeah,
Can't
you
even
can
tell.
see that. There's like a little
Use
bit of a
Hims.
doo-wop. Cute. No. I use my jeweler saw. I use this one. I have a Garobit jeweler
Yeah.
saw that I use, but you can use the other ones like the flat blade saws too. I have one too. I can't grab it. I don't know where it is offhand. So
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
yeah, and I think everybody else probably knows what I'm talking about too. All you do is you can, depending on how the mechanics of it work, you can cut through the part and then stack styrene in there and then shave it down and sculpt it to match and then scribe all your lines.
Right.
It depends on like the big Angel of Death Zaku Warrior that I did, that one was really complicated because there were elements in that needed to move internally. So I had to be very precise with where I put my cuts and where I made my build outs. And I needed more creativity to get that to actually so you could continue to pose it, because inside of this, the inside the Gundam kits, parts of that shit move around. So as you're moving the joints and stuff, sometimes there are elements that sleeve and slide together to create tension to hold pose. So you have to kind of like think about that when you're doing these sort of customizations. This kit, not so much. It's an old kit. This is like what, Rob? This is from the early 2000s, right? The early
Yeah.
access.
Yeah.
So it's the old kit.
It's what's known as a brick in the Gundam world, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's supposed to be a brick. That's the thing.
Yeah.
And so I made it not a brick. It's fully posable now, really articulate, has a lot of dynamicism. I also added some elements down on the foot to like build out the shape, because it's like a really narrow and skinny foot. I added the toe and then that heel. That's
Okay.
all just made out of styrene, right?
Yeah.
And that kind of gives it, it adds a little bit more dimensionality to it and gives it a little bit more presence. It's meant to be transformed into like a plane. So the kit itself is designed really weirdly. And then the 303 is nothing. It's literally like that is the Uber brick. That is like the Ubermensch of the bricks. Like
You taking
You
some
know,
really?
just-
You taking some in photo box in progress photos of this stuff?
no, I mean I started working on this in 2020. So I pulled it back, and out of storage.
Brian, I think you're getting some reverb from are you on the Discord over there too?
No, I'm not. No.
Someone's getting reverb in here. I hear somebody talking in the background, but it's not me.
It's not-
Obviously, I mean,
it's
it's
not
no behind me.
1,300 cars. So it's for IP National. Yeah.
Yeah, it is, or where it's coming from, but it's coming from somebody.
No, what I'm saying is like the car world.
It's all right. Carry on. You can't hear it.
All right.
No, I can hear it. It's coming through. Is that the
Yeah, I
Discord?
don't. No, not on me. My Discord.
No,
is
but
shut
it's
down.
coming from Rob. Rob, you gotta leave that.
I can't. I'm going back and forth. Whatever. I got to fix it up. It's good.
Cool.
That's
All
right.
right. So what this is a double beam sniper, no, double beam Magnum sniper smart gun.
Oh wow, that's
Hard-
okay.
Yeah, it's hard to say. It's me kit bashing shit together. So the way that these kits come, the XS and the 303 Deep Striker, they come with a smart gun, a big long rifle that has like the aliens, like aliens. You know, think about the John Carpenter's Aliens, Space Marines. They had those smart guns, the 2 characters, right? This is like one of those for this big ass robot. And it's supposed to have a single barrel, and I was like, you know what, I've got 2 of them. This is a huge machine, let's make it a double, right? So I doubled it up. I used some parts from the Super Parts series Macross. I think it's 1 to 72nd scale parts. And
Hold on a minute,
firing
Brian. Rob, you have to leave that Discord. You have to exit.
I can't even
You
hear
have
it.
to
Man.
exit. Like you have to exit. You just have to.
Fuck.
Just leave it. You can't
Dude,
leave Discord.
I haven't done anything different the whole fucking time.
I know, but now StreamYard is thinking it needs to listen to that. You gotta leave. Sorry, Brian.
no, that's fine. I know the pains and the trials and the tribulations of live streams and Discord a lot.
Right.
It's
All
completely
you have to do is
understandable.
leave and then pop in and tell the next person to come. You don't have to stay in there in the chat.
I don't need a lecture right now. We're good. I'm on.
But it's coming in loud.
Yeah, not anymore. He's got to figure it
It's
out.
good now.
So yeah, what I was using was some Super Wings or some Super Parts series set. It's like a set of option parts that comes for 72nd scale Macross kits. It's an option set. It helps you to trick out your Valkyries, and I use that and some Siren elements to double up the barrel. And maintain the functionality of it with the existing elements on the kit that are designed to help keep it up, like structure it, hold it up and keep it in place. So, yeah, that's what this big ass gun is.
This is great
essentially.
stuff, Brian. This is amazing. I mean, the stuff that you do with the Gundam
Yeah, it just looks like this.
and the sci-fi
is-
stuff is crazy. Yeah.
Is this big? It is this big. There.
Yeah, Frank is gonna put you full screen. Look at that thing. Thing's huge. That's what she said.
My, what a big gun.
You are officially the best modeler in this podcast.
That's awesome stuff, Brian. That really is.
No, you want to
amazing
see
stuff.
big? This is
Oh,
fucking big.
oh,
wow,
Oh
it's a-
my
oh,
goodness.
Brian,
that thing.
our relationship is entering a whole new level.
Right. So this is part of it. This is part of one I call the chicken wings. This I didn't take photos of because it wasn't all fully together or fully primed yet. So this element, which is the regular backpack component for the XS, I made this an extra component on this and added them in a different way so that this gets actually screwed down to this and folds up on top of it and makes this like massive booster crazy tank
Oh.
sort of like thing.
Dude.
And there's 2 of these on this.
That's
Oh,
crazy
Jesus.
stuff.
You're making me hobby horny, Brian.
That
What kind of a
that also
stand are you
has
going to need for this thing?
That also has this on the inside.
Yeah,
And we'll talk about this because this is coming up. So,
yeah. That
Looks like you're building the maid from Spaceballs.
dude, I mean, kind of. As I was putting this all back together, because it's been 5 years, right? And as I'm like pulling
Look at
all the
that.
parts out and sorting my head, that thing right there,
Yeah.
sorting this all out, I'm like, my goodness, this is huge. So this is the central. This is this is the central tank component and the rear eye field generator of the backpack for this Sentinel model build. It's the dual tanks from the back of the 303E Deep Striker, and then I modified it to hold the upper wings that come off of the XS, and then these drop tanks that are coming down on the outside, right, with all this extra detail on them. Those are actually like the cases that my wife's old electric toothbrush comes in.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, the Quip toothbrushes. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Quip or not, but they was a company that used to be prevalent. She used to get a subscription from it, and so those are actually clear plastic tubes and like a solid styrene base that I added other styrene elements to I wrapped bands on it, I scribed lines in it, and then added these structures to it to make it these drop tanks, that could be potentially dropped off of the giant massive model.
This is great. I don't know how you do this,
What are you going to
Brian,
use
but
to
this is
support
nuts.
this thing?
Yeah.
Literally just that single bronze rod is all that it needs for support.
Really?
So I cored out that hub part at the top, that white hub part. I cored all that out, and I backfilled all of it with epoxy sculpt. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a solid mass, and then I drilled into that, and then that's where the rod goes into, and then the rod is spaced just to the right amount that it gives tension inside of there and holds it in place. And then the weight of it, so like that part there, there's an element on the top of that the mecha chest and the whole thing, which I didn't even talk about all of that because there's some crazy like scratch built 1/12 scale mega size Zaku parts on that to like make it so that my giant mega particle beam cannon, this thing, can fit onto it and like the Predator and shoot around like that however I fucking want, but yeah, so that sits on and it's all gravity fed and all gravity held in place. And it's weird because like if you have that upper backpack and the radome and this thing here, the radome and the extra eye field generator and the like the core and all that, if this is just sitting on there with the gun but without the bottom, without the legs and the lower part of the torso on there, the weight is so off that it just will fall and create absolute chaos, which is already done.
Now what you need to do is give it. Now you got to give it a life alert necklace.
Right.
Yeah, dude. My boy that I used to work at the metal shop, his dad directed that commercial. What the hell? I've fallen and I can't get up. Back in the day. He's from Florida. Yeah, hell yeah, great.
That's
great.
awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Brian, listen, we really appreciate you coming on,
Hey,
man.
thank
This
you,
is great,
thank you.
and I
I
appreciate
appreciate
you
you guys.
supporting the show. And just give everybody Build Sideways podcast. You can listen to Brian on the Build Sideways podcast. You guys are coming up to episode 100 very soon, right?
Yes, very soon.
Very soon. We got to give you a little pre-recorded shout out. I know we're
you
going to
better do it.
record Sunday. We got to do it and send it to you.
Time's ticking.
Yeah, I know. But we got to get it done. All right, Brian. Thank you for coming on, bud. We really appreciate it.
Too.
All right, Bryce. See you on Sunday, my man.
Be good.
Yo, yeah.
I did get your text. I'll be there. I don't know if I'll be there at 10, but I'll be there.
All right, we're gonna get.
I will be.
Yeah, Brian, be good, bud. Thanks, bud. All right, we're gonna get Ashley on. We got to boot you, Brian, okay? Because we got to get the next guy in. All right. All right. There we go, Mr. Ashley Abernathy, my fourth favorite person right now. How you been?
Oh, right behind Frank. I really feel honored.
Well, Ashley is I know Ashley's one of those Virginia contingency guys. He's an armor guy. You do mostly Braille scale, right? Ish.
Yeah. I actually, well, if you take a look at my bench pictures, you see I probably have a little bit of everything.
Yeah, no.
I'm like Frank. We both built the same thing.
Give a background about yourself, Ashley. Give a little background about yourself.
Well, I was born here in Richmond, Virginia.
And don't go back there. Just start as a modeler.
Oh, that far. I grew up down the street from Frank, and we never knew each other until several years ago when we met at the armor meeting. But yeah, I live here in Richmond and model mostly armor, aircraft, and sci-fi. A few cars here and there. A little bit of everything. Scratch build. Usually do small scale stuff right now because I have a case to put it in. Anything bigger than that, I'm scratching my head going, where am I going to put that? 32 scale,
did win
Jet Zero. Man,
you did win the special best Braille scale award at the Nationals, and I feel bad because you know that your name was in the Military Modelcraft International magazine as winning it, but I didn't have a photo of it.
Oh man,
because
that's a bummer.
The thing was those special awards are not judged by the judges; they're awarded by the people who sponsor them. And because it wasn't brought back when we were taking pictures, I never had a picture of it. That's why it wasn't in the magazine, and I apologize
Oh,
for that.
Austin. Oh, that's all right. That's all right. I got my name in there, man. Felt honored.
Well, Frankie Bland got in there for his Theme Award, so he did
I
good.
did. Yeah.
All right, so Ash, we're gonna throw some of your stuff up over here. You only sent me a few. The first set of pictures you sent me, Frankie. I'm like, Ashley's sending me pictures. It's like a wide angled shot from like a corner of his workshop of like his bench, and he's like, I thought you said you wanted bench pictures. I'm like, no, what's on the bench? What you're working on, Rob? He's sending me
was on the
pictures
bench.
of his,
That's-
like his spray booth in the corner.
It's okay. We've got him dialed in now. It took a little while, but we got it all figured
I
out.
was hysterical laughing when he did that though.
Yeah, it takes me a little while to figure things out.
Yeah,
but,
yeah,
yeah.
You're a little
Well,
slow,
I
as
was-
we say in the business.
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to be very impressive because it's like most everything is completed, and I'm at the.
No, this is fun. This is to talk
ready to
models. We're
paint
just talking models right now. This is what it's about. Like a lot of guys in the chat. There's a good amount of people watching right now. A lot of people hopefully will watch this after it airs. And this is just to talk the hobby, what's on the bench, and see
Yeah.
what people are working on. Inspire people. You know, if you inspire one person who wants to build a 72nd scale T-30-45 somewhere, you did your job. So that's what we're looking at here, right? T-30-45.
Yeah, I love these dragon kits. This is probably my fourth or fifth one that I built. Really easy to go together. Not many parts. There's cleanup if you really want to make it, contestable. But if you want to have something fun to put together, don't be scared of the rubber band, vinyl, whatever you want to call tracks right there. To me, a thin actually glues them together fine.
How do you you like the DS tracks, right, Frankie? I've always struggled with them, right, Toots? Did you ever struggle with those DS tracks?
Mine
in
have
small
shattered.
scale?
Mine have shattered apart. Like I'll build the kit, and even not using any enamels on it. After a couple of years, I've just found them to disintegrate.
As Mikey Sachs would say
Wow.
back in the day, they turn to fettuccine, like they twist and bend and stuff. You know.
I don't know. I've never used them, so.
Oh yeah. So you never had a problem, Ashley, with those, huh?
No,
Been doing
because
it for
what I
30
do
years.
is I clean them. Yeah, well, maybe not that long. Not on these kits.
They haven't been around that long.
But yeah, they've only been around about 15, 20 years, about 20 years. But yeah, I will clean the track up really good and, wash it in soapy water. And then I'll put Mr. Surfacer on it and let that cure for a few days. Then I'll go and paint it with an acrylic, do some washes, some pastels, glue it on with super glue right away, when I'm ready to put them on, and walk away. And you can stretch them.
Did you have an SU at the Nationals? Was it an SU, another Russian vehicle?
Yeah, that was the Braille scale one. It's
You
the
did
SU
great on that.
100.
That was really good, Ashley. Is that what the tracks were? The DS?
That's the tracks. That's the exact
Wow.
same thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I've built a couple others that I had in the Amps magazine years ago. It's another T-34, and same thing. And the tracks, that was probably 10 plus years ago, and they're still fine. Now I haven't gone in and touched them and played with them, and I'm don't want to do that. But when you're building it like this, they go together really well. There's lots of cleanup on the sponsons underneath.
Right.
Some of the front and rear around the rear housing, it doesn't really seal properly. There's gaps. There's the wheels. I don't know if you can zoom back in or just go to that other, bring the picture up. There's
there we go.
lightning holes. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, because you can see all the lightning holes in the wheels. Well,
Yeah.
They're solid.
Yeah.
They're solid. So I drilled all of those.
Oh,
out.
those come solid on the kit?
Yeah.
Oh wow. I'm surprised Dragon does that though. They make those, they have those.
How many
solid.
drill bits did you go through doing that?
Yeah, right. Boom.
Fortunately, just one, and I still have it, so it's fine.
Okay.
But yeah.
Really? So were you using a Proxon or something, or you turn them by hand in a pin vise? Pin vise?
Held it down and pin vise, on it, and called Bob's your uncle, and it worked fine. You just got to take your time with it. I mean,
Right.
I think I did about 2 wheels every night just so I wouldn't go insane.
Yeah, you can't go crazy, right? Yeah.
Yeah. And the idler wheels are the same, but different size hull.
Different size. This is
But yeah, that
this
was
is
great.
great. No, this is a good job. You
Yeah.
sent me some other pictures too, Ash. They're pretty far away
Yeah.
too, but we're gonna work with what we got.
Darren wants to know what Braille scale is. It's 1/72.
170 or 76. It's 44th.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is
144.
this you sent. I sent pictures of my side bench, and so you can see it's a mess. And I've got I got a Fokker D7 right there in 72nd scale, waiting for paint and/or decals from Rodin, and then I've got the old Tamiya A6M50 ready to paint. I got some of that painted, but ready to put the green on.
Right.
In the background is the Tacom, it's the Tacom A5 M48 A5. I did that as an amps review, and it's been sitting there and have not finished it yet. I can't believe I haven't done it. It's been sitting there for about a year. I don't know why, but I just got to weather it and paint it up. Finish the painting. I did all the camo. And Grogu, my Grogu cup, my daughter gave me, is sitting there watching over and making sure everything's okay. So yeah,
I mean, Toots may have first up when he heard Roding, because I mean, Roding, like, how was that kit building the Roding kit?
Yeah, it's flashy. It's the molding is kind of, I would call the molding fat, which means that the details aren't crisp and sharp. It's like, oh, you can see the molding, but it's got an engine. It's not too bad, and you clean up some of the parts, you sand some things down, and overall shape is really good. And I plan to leave the cowl off so you can see into the engine. I think I've even wired up the engine some on that, and it's 72nd scale. So obviously 48 scale is better because you can see it, but 72nd scale is fun.
This is
the reason I like it, because there's no wires except under the wheels. They're cross bracing, as far as lines go. So you don't have to do all that stringing up of the wings or anything. So that's nice.
Do you enter at IPMS shows? A lot of aircraft, Ashley?
Yeah, I do.
I didn't know you did that. I thought you were I just thought you were an armor guy.
No, I did. I probably, I'm in an armor phase right now. I was in an aircraft phase.
Okay.
I have a plethora of aircraft on the back shelf over there. So
You got a nice little room over there. I mean, I saw your bench so well. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you had great pictures of your workbench. So I know your work area really intimately.
Share it. You should share it.
No,
I
I'm
sent
only
it to
kidding. It
you.
was funny though, Ash. I love it. Dude, this one of the best pictures I ever have at an AMP show was me and you at Camp Hill in 2023. Me sitting on your lap, and I got my head on your shoulder, and you're just smiling, and I'm looking off in the distance. Someone took the picture. It was the funniest picture ever.
I think Frank did. And I know he's listening. He needs to send me that picture.
That was a
You
great
have
picture.
it.
I was trying to
couldn't
find it for tonight, but I couldn't. I got it somewhere. I got to try to track it down. Hold on. I want to throw another picture up here. I was trying to track it.
remember that.
Oh, that's the one we just had, right? That's the one we just had.
Yeah.
Hold on a second.
I sent you a couple other.
Well, you sent me
in
three
another
pictures. Yes, sir. That one right there.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there's another.
So that's the T-34.
in progress.
And I can't zoom in though. So what's the other stuff you got going on over there?
What's in the middle is, and this is going to be at IPMS, because it's nothing like working on a model at 5 a.m. before the show. So that's what I'm trying for. So not just the Jeep, not the tank, or not the moon buggy, but the tank comes from the Tamiya 148 scale, infantry at rest figure set. And if you look at the box, you don't think it's just a set of 48 scale figures, which are actually pretty good. But in the picture, there's a Jeep, and there's a Jeep model that comes with it. If you don't know about it, it's a great kit. I just put the decals on it last night, so I've been, double touching the up the decals.
Yeah.
But it's a really good little kit. It has a few pieces on it. It's got a driver that comes with it. It's got some stowage. Highly recommend it. I'm really kind of disappointed in the marking selection they have for it. They just simply have the hood decal, the 2 side stars, and the serial on the front of the hood. That's it. They don't have any bumper codes for units or anything. So it's kind of an unmarked Jeep. But it's still a good kit. And I don't have any trouble with the Tamiya decals. They go down fine. I've never had decal trouble. Those guys have issues with it. That SU 100, it's got thick decals. Not a problem. I did
Not a
another.
problem, I struggle with decals. Rob
48.
Adams never struggles with decals. Justin never struggles. I struggle. You don't paint. How can you struggle? That's what they're trying to say. But
No, I didn't say that.
in the past, I'll put some stuff up in a little bit. Yeah, paint your models, Riff. I know. Ashley, listen, we really appreciate you coming on. I love you, old man. And
Yeah.
I'm going to see you at the Nationals.
I got
We'll
it.
see each other. I'm there. Me,
I'll-
Tooch, and Justin
there.
will be there on the Thursday, so we'll be there.
Yeah, I'm gonna be picking up Miss Daisy on the way down. That would be
Right.
Frank. So I'll be picking up Frank, and we're coming down Wednesday morning early to help Scott Brady set up and do some work for the show.
Excellent. So I look forward to seeing you, Ashley. Thank you for coming on. I appreciate it. We all
Thanks,
appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, man.
Later.
Thanks, Ash. All right, so we're gonna get Mr. Ben Plout up here. If anybody knows Ben, I'm sorry that you need to know him.
How you guys
Ben
doing?
knows we have stipulations in place, and Ben is not adhering to the stipulation. What is the stipulation that you have, Ben? Even when you come into build rooms, what's the
Gotta
stipulation?
stand close, or well, further back
No,
from
the
the
camera's got to
wasn't
be at least 50 feet further back. I'm only kidding. We're glad to have you, Ben. We know you're a big part of our group, and we wanted to
Yep.
get you on the live cast too.
There you go,
And we got to wait. Hold on, Ashley, we got to kick you, okay, bud? Thanks for coming, buddy. Okay, just watching the stream. All right. So the next person come in now. So Ben, yeah, man. So just give a background about yourself, about like the modeling that you do, and we're gonna throw your pics up. You got some really great stuff that the guys are gonna love to see here. So talk to me.
So I've been modeling since 6 years old. Kind of started with, well, first my dad getting me into trains, but then after that, my mom put a model car in front of me and kind of taken off since then. It's like, but planes was like the next phase after cars. Went into tanks, did some ships, and then went back to planes because it just seemed like the build is a lot easier for airplanes than I had with tanks when I was building. So
You got a lot of stuff over there, Ben. I'll tell you that.
yeah, so I'm a very prolific builder. I get bored kind of easily with projects, and it's also because of the fact that I'm trying to paint certain things at the same time. So I try to do multiple builds of different aircraft or different part sets for different aircraft at the same time. So that way it's just like bam, bam, bam. I get stuff off the bench when I do get stuff rolling.
All right. So we're gonna throw. You gave me I said, Ben, send me 5-6 pictures. This guy sends me like 15 pictures. So we're gonna try to pick and choose what we're gonna throw up here. Gotta
Okay.
take better pictures, Ben. You can take better pictures than this.
Yeah, Ben.
You can take a better picture than this, Ben. Come on.
I know that thing is a monster. That's a 1/48 scale HML/MPM resin
Great paint
kit.
job on this, Ben. Great paint job on this, man.
Thank you.
This is really
Yeah, that kit has just been a horrible nightmare. It's like a building because with it being resin and whatnot, it's like it's not to the quality of a Tamiya. So there's been a lot of work done to make sure that the wings stay on it. I had a friend of mine help me drill the fuselage and drill the wings so I could actually add a tubular cross member with a brass rod in the front and back sections of the wing to keep that so it's not like breaking off. The cockpit, it's like the one nice thing about this kit, the cockpit is actually like modular, so you could just drop it right in at the end. And I still have to do a little bit of work in and out of the cockpit to get it finished up. But yeah, it's like really like the subject. It's just trying to pull it off and getting to that point of with my painting skills to get to the level I wanted to be able to do that night fighter camouflage.
Now, what is this? This is a different kit here I'm putting up here. You doing some detail
Yeah, this
work?
is a different kit. That's a KI 43 by Fine Molds in 48 scale.
Okay.
And I'm just doing that out of the box.
Okay.
So that's all just kit detail on the kit itself.
This is, I mean, I see another one here too. You got some other, this is the same one, but different shot.
Yeah, that's the same one, just slightly different angle.
Okay. And what do you do?
Did,
What kind of paints do you like to use on this stuff?
So I'm typically using enamel paints. So it's like I'm got a huge stockpile of Model Master enamels and also Floquils. So
Okay. Floquil, huh?
yeah,
Toots
some
perked up when you
really
said
old
that.
military Floquils. Yeah. So that, and then also using Citadel paints for like the fine detail work in the cockpit.
Okay. Yeah, this is
Some
all
lead
this is all-
belcher.
Lead belcher.
What was that?
Are you using lead belcher?
No, I'm using the Warhammer Citadels.
I know.
Yeah.
What
Lead
color
bel-
of Citadel paint? That's what I'm asking you. That's
Well, I'm using there. It's like a night black, and then it's like a skull bone for the white wiring.
Oh, it's
Okay.
white. I thought it was metallic. Sorry.
Now, what is this, Ben? Here we're looking at. This is a cockpit you're working on.
So that's another cockpit. It's like of another kind of Shelf of Doom aircraft. That's a MiG-25 cockpit. That's a aftermarket cockpit going into the Kitty Hawk MiG-25 by Neomega. It's actually supposed to be made for the old Revell kit, but the Kitty Hawk kit is kind of lacking in the cockpit there, so shoehorned that in there. It's actually looking pretty good in there. Just still have to do some detail work on the instrument panel, and there again, it's another cockpit where you can just drop stuff in from the top closer to the time that you finish the model.
This is another angle of that one that we showed first. This is
Yeah,
from-
the 219.
Yeah, look at that though. That's a really nice camouflage work on that, Ben. Wow. Now that's the that's the jig that you use to when you
Yeah.
prop it up.
Yeah.
John Stevens is saying too. That's really great airbrush work. Not all freehand, obviously, right? Or is that mass?
No, so that is freehand on the bottom for the black, but the top is I used a stencil, and instead of making it symmetrical, it's like each time I turn the stencil different ways and
Okay.
airbrushed using the stencil.
Okay. That's really good work though, Ben. Wow. And I see
Thank
you
you,
got
Rob.
some engines here.
Yep.
Right, some of your engine work here.
Yeah, that goes back to the KI-43 fine molds kit. I'm still working on getting the center part where it's like you see the copper there. It's like that's supposed to be the reduction gear housing for the prop. And I still need to paint that gray, but the rest of it is just the engine jugs for the engine.
And what are you using? What's the paint again on this?
So this one, I actually used Tamiya rattle can of the bright silver.
No Rust-Oleum? Krylon?
No Rust-Oleum. No Rust-Oleum. That's
I
Tamiya.
don't want to cause trouble in this thing, you know? Nah, this is Ben. Listen, you know, you do good stuff with this, man. How do you like it? What's your preferred scale though? You're more of a 48 scale guy, right?
Yeah, I usually do 48 scale, but it's like once in a while I'll deviate and do like a 72nd scale, or I haven't like yet the 32nd scale. It's just the size
Yeah,
is limiting
like-
for the bench.
I think that's similar to like an
Ben, don't be scared by big, baby. Don't.
I know I'm going to do one sometime. It's just a matter of like clearing all these other things out of the way.
I see some of those 32nd scale jets, like when you go to some of these shows. I mean, I'm right too. It's like impressive stuff. Like I love them. They're great to look at. But you're right. They're huge, man. Like it's
They're
similar
big.
to an armor modeler who does, 35th, who wants to do a 16 scale kit. It's like it's
No,
huge.
it's not that much of a difference.
I'm telling you, man.
I build them.
Those jets are big, though, man.
Yeah, the
30
jet's big.
seconds pretty big, right?
Yeah,
The
30
flanker-
seconds
the
gets to be huge.
The SU-27 flanker is 3 feet long, over 3 feet long. It's huge.
Right. Then what are you talking about here?
Remember, Adams, he's got little hands. So
Yeah,
What
but
about a jet?
warlords, like warbirds aren't so bad in 30 seconds.
So Ben, what do we got here? So I see this. You're doing some pre-shading. What kit is this?
Yeah, so that's back to the MiG-20, the Kitty Hawk MiG-25. and I was just doing a parts layout. It's like for the show here. I try to sub-assemble stuff, and as you can see, I have like the missiles pretty much ready to go for it. Then I have a correction nose from Barracuda decals and also their engines, which for that Kitty Hawk kit is just absolutely superb. So, and
This
then
is nice stuff. Yeah. What kind of airbrush are you using?
so I'm jumping back and forth between a Pache H and then also a Badger Chrome.
Okay, wow, you're going old school with the Pache, though, man.
Well, I get some of the best work out of the Pache H, and people just
Dude, it's not the airbrush,
more about
it's the guy using it. Remember?
Yeah,
It's the guy
exactly.
using it.
Especially when you're spraying Floquil.
Right.
Hey, some
Justin
days
was getting
that
tired. You see him
Floquil,
stretching.
it just does not turn out.
Yeah.
Even being 40 years old, paint, it's like some days you start shooting it and it turns into sand.
I walk shows with Toots. Toots is always looking for polyscale and Floquil sales, like so we can hoard it a little bit. What is this? So this is the seat here, ejection seat or something?
No, that's the seat for the KI-43.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty much sprayed that with Tamiya silver first, then did a wash on the back of the seat, and then using some Vallejo and Citadel colors to paint the seat belts and the seat cushion.
Okay. There you go, Ben. Listen, you do good stuff, Ben. I mean, you're always in the room when you can. We give you. I know I give you a hard time.
Yeah, I know.
You hold on. I gotta take some pictures down before I can start showing some more here. And then your preferred paint is the Floquil, though, or no? Like you just
It's
whatever
more the
works
Model
best?
Master. It's more the Model Master. It's just that it's like my eye. I will try to paint the kits I'm working on to what my eye sees as the closest paint color that looks correct. So if Model Master has like the better paint that looks more to what I'm trying to pull off with color, I'll go with that. If Floquil is better, then I'll go with that. Or if Tamiya or whoever's paint gets me closer to what I'm kind of going for the look.
Poor, this is Donati's throwing banners across being inappropriate tonight. So what is this kit here? What are we looking at here, Ben? On the ended up? What is
So
this?
that's a 48 scale P40N by Mauve.
Mauve. Never heard.
Edward did a
Mauve, very good.
reboxing of that years ago before they came out with their new P40N.
Okay.
Still really, really nice kit out there. It's like a Hasegawa's kind of did a same version of that as well, but that Hasegawa kit is their own mold. But Mauve for the longest time had like the best P40s for the E series and also the N series.
Okay, this is really good, Ben. Listen, you do great stuff, man. You really do, man. You're like you're always this when you're in the room, you're barely building. You're just like talking about weird stuff. But you know, it's nice to see that you're actually getting some building and painting done, right, Justin? Yep, you're muted. Rob?
Thank God. Absolutely. I didn't actually think he built models. I thought he just talked about building models.
Right. I thought you just
Collects
collected
them.
the stash
Hold on, he
behind you, all those models.
Those
Listen,
are model
man,
kits. He just cuts the boxes and glues them on the wall. That's it. He's a faker.
Ben, you're a great guy, man. You're a big part of the group, and we appreciate you. And we all appreciate you coming on tonight. The first On the Bench live cast. I really do appreciate you coming on, man. Good stuff.
Well, Rob and everybody, thank you for having me.
Yeah, Ben, we'll talk
Thanks,
to you
man.
soon, bud. All right, you can
Yeah,
stay
man.
backstage because no one
We'll
else
see
is
you
coming in
soon.
now. We'll kind of so if you want to hang out back there and chill, you can. All right.
Yep. All right.
All right. Awesome. So we're bringing on we're bringing on Dan Chalk. I thought we were going to say, perfect. We'll leave to Adriani coming on next. Dan, what's going on, bud?
Oh, I'm pretty late for my orgy, but you know.
Nah, but, you know, I talked to Dan. Dan's done a lot for me. Dan's a good guy, man. Dan's done unfortunately you're Canadian though, right?
Well, yeah. There's actually 3 of us in the room right now, so.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
They're taking over.
Yeah.
Half it up here. We got to start tariffing these guys a little harder to come in and hang out with us, right, Justin? Nah, Dan, it's great to have you on, man. Really is.
Oh,
I'm
thank
glad
you.
you're here. We talk a lot. you've helped me out a lot, man. You know, the logos and stuff, and I really appreciate that. So
Yeah,
how's
of
everything? Are you helping Sean with Boresight?
Well, I was, but I'm just too busy. Too busy.
Yeah,
man.
listen, it's
He's
a
got
lot
a
of
good
work
team
to do
going now,
stuff.
though. He says
What's that?
he's got a good team going now. He says
He does.
Got
He's a
4
great
guys
guy.
with him,
They got
so-
a lot of stuff going. Listen, it's hard, man. There's a lot. Getting involved with that stuff is not easy. It takes up a lot of time.
I got
You need to-
three maniac kids here too, right? So
Yeah, tell me about it, man. So listen, we're glad. So Dan, listen, I mean, we talk all the time, but this is my first time seeing you on a screen and talking
Yeah.
to you like this. So just give everybody a little background about yourself, a little bit about the modeling, and then we're going to show some of your work, which is pretty impressive. I'm going to tell you that. So
thank you.
just
Thank
give a little shout out about yourself.
Yeah, I mean, like all of us, I started out pretty young. I was like, I don't know, 7, 8. My dad bought me, I think it was like an AMT Corvette multi-pack. Ryan or Justin, you probably know what I'm talking about.
Right.
It had like 5 and it had the
Yeah.
1980, 1990, early
Yep,
2000s. Oh man, what a dog's breakfast those were. But I mean, I didn't do much better. I had no clue what the hell I was doing. I just slapped them together. Yeah, and then as everyone else does when you're a teenager, you just girls, booze, and skateboarding
Yeah,
got in the way,
man.
and then right.
Well,
And then COVID hit, and yeah, there was not much to do, so I just picked it back up after that.
resurgence of the hobby for a lot of people back when
Yep.
COVID happened, which is
Oh yeah.
it was a bad thing to go on, but when it came to the hobby, it got a lot of people back into it, I think.
And I'm an introvert anyway. Like I don't like people at all, so it was just it was a
I can
given that
attest-
I was a perfect.
You sound like Santucci.
Yeah, yeah,
I can
exactly.
attest to that.
Yeah, it was perfect for me. I was just like, oh shit, I get to sit around and just fiddle around with this. Perfect. Yeah, let's do it.
All right. We're gonna look at some of the work that you're doing right now,
Yeah, man.
and you're working on like this awesome white like a whitewash, and you're like trying to replicate. And I do have a reference photo you sent me, which is we're gonna throw it up probably in the middle of all these pictures because it's really hard to tell what the reference picture is and what the work that you're doing. It's pretty impressive. So tell us what you're doing and how you're getting the effects that we're looking at on this thing.
So it's actually it's almost like a light green. It's actually a JA gray from Tamiya XF14, but it's so sun bleached that it looks white almost, right? Like I'm going for that. I don't want it to look like it's in use anymore. I want it
Right.
to be like like what do you call it? Fucking-
Like a scrapyard or graveyard.
Yeah,
A
exactly.
relic.
Yeah, like a museum piece that's not. There's a certain term for it when they restore it to a point where it's drivable, but it's not museum quality. And that's kind of what I'm going for there.
So how are you so I want to throw this up here so we can see. So that's the work that you're doing, the model, but this is the reference that you're using, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Right, and it's a little bleached
wow.
out a little bit. I can see where you're going with it because you haven't weathered it yet. There's no washes or anything on your model.
Right. It's going to tone it down
It's
a
going to
lot.
tone it down and it's going to take up that black. But so to get this, what are you doing? What are you doing on the model to get this effect? Like, I know people looking at this of the model here. Like, how are you achieving that speckled effect?
So what I'm doing is I started out as a dark brown base like mahogany, Mr. Surfacer mahogany,
Mm-hmm.
and then I did chipping over that. What do you call it? Hairspray chipping over that. with
Okay.
I used field gray instead of OD. I don't like olive drab personally. I think it's too. I don't know. Looks like piss to me. So I just threw that down and then chipped it back. I noticed on the M8s, obviously, because olive drab's super durable. There's only a couple areas where it starts to chip down to the bare metal.
Right.
Obviously, like the tow hook, the little covers up there for the storage containers.
Mm-hmm.
So I did that, and then after that, I went back to hairspraying again, and I just kept adding lighter and lighter layers. Super transparent, probably like 80% thinner, 20% paint. Just
Right.
dusted it over and then chipped it back.
Right, and I'm
seal
gonna-
that in. Dust it
I
over
want to
again.
show this first, and then I want to show this last picture, which is, I think, amazing. Because if you would have told me that this was a model, not this, the next picture I'm going to show after this, which is going to show the effect that you're doing right now, but this is pretty impressive, Dan. I'm going to tell you, it's a coordinated madness in a way. Like it's
Yeah.
it's like a lot going on to achieve this, but it's and you know what? I think the technique isn't as difficult for people to do. It's just achieving and knowing when to stop and how far to go to get what you're looking at. I think that's what a lot of people have problems with, right, Rob? Do you agree? When they're trying to do a technique, some people try to do things and they don't have they don't know when to stop.
Yeah. Or you get a little bit rammy and, you know.
Yeah.
Right. And I think right now with this, I think that you're at a perfect spot. Like I wouldn't do any more of this. I think weathering now it's all about the weathering process of how it's going to tone down and blend out and kind of do that little more, add more effects on the other side, right? You're not chipping this anymore. This is it.
No, that's it. That's.
But I want to show this picture. This is pretty. Why do you see this, Rob?
Just like a light filter to blend it all together a little bit. And
Rob, look at this.
Yeah, that looks
Look at
fucking
that.
awesome.
Look at that. I mean, if anybody in the chat is looking at this right now, if anybody was to tell me, right, if anybody told me that this was, I mean, I could tell it's a kit part because you're using a clothespin. But the thing is if you just pulled this up, I would have thought that this came from a real vehicle.
Thank you.
And I'm not, and I'm just, when you sent me these pictures and you said that there was a reference picture in there, I thought this was the reference picture. And I realized it wasn't because I noticed the clothespin when I put it on the computer. I mean, this is impressive stuff, Dan. This really is. And now, how did you achieve what we're looking at here on this picture?
So similar to the
Witchcraft.
to the body, but thank you, man.
No. See, what I want you to do is right now, with people listening, because I'm curious myself, like what you did from the plastic to what we see here. What did you do? Do you remember?
Yeah, first thing I did was I added some more texture to it because I noticed, like, I don't know if anybody's built the M8, the Andy M8. The mantlet cover has texture on it, but it's just like once you throw some paint on it, you're not even going to see it. So I did the classic Tamiya putty, tried to beef it up a bit.
Okay.
And then same thing with the body. Same thing, just chipped it back, spray a little bit.
You're getting a lot of people in the chat saying it. Everybody's saying that it looks amazing. Okay, so you're chipping it back. You're putting the putty. What's your base coat on this? The mahogany?
Yeah, mahogany again.
And then then you're going with the field gray, like you're talking about, and stuff like that.
Mahogany, field gray, and then I lightened everything up with JA.
And then you're using some like AK washes and stuff in there.
Yeah. So at the end, what I do, so you notice around the port there's a little bit of darkness on the bottom, a little bit of shadow.
Mm-hmm.
So what I did, that was the final step. Actually, I put a little dust filter, which is AK dust and dirt deposits, light dust.
Mm-hmm.
I did a really light wash of that to collect in the crevices there, especially around the punching, the letter punching.
Yeah. Wow,
and,
that looks great.
The foundry marks, and then just did a final dark brown, super light wash just to kind of make it pop again. And then
this is next. That's next level stuff, Dan. Really impressive, right? I mean, guys, Justin, you muted.
Those notches are right there at the top.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm looking at this. This is impressive stuff, Dan. I know that you got a lot going on with the job and the family and building and painting is like, you're trying to find time to do it, but you got to keep going. You got to keep going with this, Dan. This is impressive stuff.
Thanks, brother.
Anything else you want to talk about the build? I mean, because you only sent me pics of just one build. So
you told me to just send you one thing. So
I said send me pictures or whatever. It doesn't matter. But you know what? If you would have sent me pics of something else, would it be better than this?
Well,
then you would have screwed it all up because then we'd be like, he's a one-hit wonder.
Depends what kind of pictures you're looking for, but
with the other stuff.
Yeah, you start with the scary things and then you build up to the good stuff.
We got a buddy build going on, so Dan and I we're taking care of business right now.
Oh, you're doing the VOMAG too.
That's
nice,
right.
DJ.
Yes,
the
sir.
VOMAG group build. Nice. Stan, listen, this is great. This is great stuff, man. This is really impressive. I would really like you to share more and get this thing done because I'm looking forward to seeing what it looks like and done.
Hell yeah, man.
It really does. And just, try to get into a build room, man.
Oh, dude, I know. Like I said, I had to cancel last minute on us tonight because we
thought you couldn't make it.
Leaving work, and then I literally, my boss is like, "Oh, we got a flood. We got to go." Rob, you know all
It's
about
okay.
this, eh?
Slow,
Yeah, I know all about
real
that.
life takes real life takes hold. But you know what? We're glad you made it.
How'd you get out of that?
He's
Oh,
like,
I went and did it. So
Oh.
okay. we get to this flood, right? Turns out it was just a bulkhead had a little bit of water in it. So we threw a fan and a DH in there and got the hell out of there.
Yeah,
I'll see you next week. Yep.
And then you come tomorrow. It's like it's underwater. Well, listen,
Maybe.
Dan. Thanks
Yeah.
for coming on, man. We
thanks
really
for having me.
appreciate it.
Good to see you, buddy.
All right, guys.
In the
nice to
building,
meet you,
man.
Dan.
Thanks, Dan. Dan Chalk.
Now get the fuck out.
All right, see you later.
Hey, we're gonna bring in Steve Andriano's coming on next.
Oh shit! Here we
God.
go.
Oh boy.
We hope everybody doesn't leave. We have a good amount of people watching right now. So
Oh
let's
shit!
try to
There
hold
goes the
everybody.
planet.
No,
You know,
no. Steve Andriano is one of my best friends. He's a great guy. He's we talk about Steve on the podcast a lot, joking around. But Steve Andriano, and we're hamstring to no little more than 10 minutes, please. All right, because I know you like to talk just like I do. But we only have one thing to talk about. It's only one gun. So, but just give a background about yourself a little bit, please. Just tiny, just like Steve Andriano, what you like to build, and you are an AMPS. You're a founding member of AMPS, one of the founders. So, just
best
let it go.
dad, obviously. He's got the shirt.
The best dad. He is.
But
Right.
Well, the beginning, first the earth cooled and then the dinosaurs came. No, back in the early 90s, we were in the AMM, and that organization collapsed because the guy, Mike Rogers, who owned the club, he skipped to Bolivia with the treasury.
You're going too far back, Steve. I'm talking about what you like to build. Yeah, you're giving us about amps.
You said to go to back. All right. Anyway, so I like
Way
to
back
build.
in the Cretaceous.
Yeah. Jurassic.
Just Stimmitz knows.
I always get those mixed up. Anyway, you were jeez.
All right, don't read the chat. You
All right,
guys
all
stay focused. Mr.
So-
Squirrel. What do you say, guys, to me? Bull.
Squirrel. So anyway, so I like to build artillery. One of the reasons is that they only have 2 wheels and there's no tracks, so you save a lot of time on that. I like to do stuff that's unusual. When I go to a model show, the last thing I want to do is see a bunch of Shermans and Panthers on a table. I'm always going to the I always go to like the conversions and the scratch built. So by building artillery, there's a lot of really unique projects that are available. And also there's a lot of easy things that I can do for conversions. Like actually my next thing is going to be a PAC 40, but I'm doing it because I got a picture of it in a village square. And instead of having it dug into the ground, it's got this huge wooden beam behind the wheels braced by rocks, So I like things that are unique. And also I didn't get a lot of time to build when I was working. And an artillery kit usually takes a lot less time because it only has 2 wheels and no individual link tracks.
Well, you do a good job on the artillery, Steve. That you are the artillery guy.
Thanks. So what I have here.
Well, this was Steve came to my house a couple weeks ago. We took pictures of this to do an improv to do a review, and it's this kit right here, right? We're gonna put it up here. It's a little slow right now. It's a Blitz, right? This is the kit.
Yeah, it's a French company. They do 3D printed of just about every French gun or vehicle from World War I or World War II.
Right. These are the wheels on the that are printed. It's right here, right? Nice.
Yep. That's them. They give you 3 different sets of wheels, but the problem is you got to know which set you want for which version you're going to build.
And this is the what are these called?
Those are the trails.
The trails here, right?
Yeah.
Right there. This is good, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then this is a really nice. I took pictures of this, so I know the print is really good. Toots, you would like this company. I don't know if they do any World War I stuff, but it's
Blitz. I know Blitz. I've bought from them. They're a resin company. They have started to transition to doing more 3D to do some of the more difficult or more intricate.
Okay.
Off the mainstream kits.
The good thing about this gun is it's both World War One and World War Two. The French introduced it in 1917. It was one of their standard heavy artillery kits. It was so good that the Americans not only started using it, we started producing our own. After the war, the U.S. Army, was cut to bones budget-wise. But one of the things they did was they started to build up a lot of coastal artillery because, people figured if anyone was going to attack us, that was it. So they took these GPFs. Frankie D can say what he can give you the French translation. I can't pronounce it. But
because you wouldn't stop giggling every time you said it.
That's true. But so like I said, we started using them, and most of our coastal forts had them. We didn't really use them in combat as a towed gun during World War II, but we used them on self-propelled mounts. The biggest users, so now if you want to do World War I, you got America and France. If you want to do World War II, you got the French, the Americans, and the Germans, because the Germans captured a lot of them and they loved it. They used them all the way down. The Africa Corps had them. So you can think of all the different paint schemes. You can really build this gun and use it so many different places. In fact, the story in Normandy where the Rangers went up that cliff and they found that the guns had been moved. It was a battery of these GPFs that were captured by the Germans.
Mhm.
And they did find them, by the way. They were only about a mile behind the lines where they could be used. And the Rangers actually blew them up. But, Hollywood, that's too long to actually show. But so they were very popular. And it's weird that nobody makes a plastic kit of this. It's crazy. But there's been a few resin kits that were horrible, and this Blitz kit is really nice.
Yeah, it is nice. I mean, I saw it when you brought it over. It is a really nice kit. That's why I said Toots would love this kit too.
Yeah, and you can do it World War I easily. Mine's going to be easy because the coastal artillery was so strapped for cash that the only color they ever used was olive drab. So it's good. There's really not a lot of paint schemes that I can do. But if you don't want to do that, the French did camouflage them during World War I. And the Germans, of course, you could do it Africa Corps, Russia, or three-color camo. So you're not limited. Mine's going to be on a U.S. coastal artillery mount. These were actually the only coastal artillery in America that ever fought in World War II was in the Philippines. And there were several batteries of GPFs. They were on something called a Panama mount, which was a concrete turntable so that the gun could be traversed 360 degrees. And the other good thing was you could dismount it easily. So they were some of the last guns in service because the Japanese had surrounded all of our coastal artillery. They didn't come from the front, with the Navy. They actually landed and came and attacked the forts from behind.
You're putting Justin to sleep.
I'm just teasing.
No, you're doing good. This is interesting, Steve. We love it. You can go for 3 hours with this stuff. I know.
I won't.
How is the kit? Though? Let's hold on. But how is the kit to build? That's what people want to know.
No, the kit is really good. It's not a very detailed gun.
What was the price on it? What was the price on it?
It was like $90 plus.
It's expensive for that, but that's not terrible. But it's expensive.
It is, but I really want to do the Panama mount. So look. Why do most of us build stuff? Subject matter, right?
Right.
Is the kit buildable? Is it expensive? But the subject. I got to build one of these. So, it's not really that detailed a kit. It's pretty simple for the version I'm building. You can buy like 6 different versions from Blitz. And in fact, you got to be careful. because it's real easy to get the wrong one.
Okay.
And they make it with like a 6-wheel transport carriage. But this is pretty easy. The only thing then I'm going to add to it is the gun sight, which it doesn't come with.
Okay.
But I mean, you can even see the right in the 3D print, all of the embossed nameplates and stuff like that, or at least the larger ones are there.
Okay.
So that's going to be nice. Little bit of some of the parts are, you know, kind of fragile. The rails for the that the gun slides back and forth, those were kind of hard. And you got to be careful breaking the stuff off of the supports, but it's really not a tough kit to build. And I spent more time cutting the parts off the supports than I did actually building it.
Yeah, no, you did a good job, and I did see this when we took photos of it, and it did the layer lines to a minimum. They're using really good printers, and you did a really good job on this. And this will be in the magazine. I think I spoke to Dave, so this is going to be a nice little build review, or for the model. And you tell these guys, listen, send me some stuff. I'll do reviews for you of it.
Sure.
Even for Boresight too, because you know they're looking for stuff too. You know.
Oh, I'll probably send this to Son. The layer lines, they're there, and you do have. I did work on them. I sanded them. I primed.
They're inevitable.
Yeah, you know, I got my Rust-Oleum primer.
Oh shit! Look at Justin perked up. Look at him.
Hey, I'm the one. I'm the one who got on the magazine. So yeah, I got my. Actually, I used Mr. Mahogany, and I sprayed it a couple of times, and then used the Scotch Brite, and then I hit it with a gray primer. And,
listen, you did a good job on it, Steve. We're gonna get you on the podcast. We're gonna talk artillery.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna definitely get you on now that you're in Virginia and you have a better internet connection. You're obviously doing much better. So we're gonna get you on the podcast, and we're gonna do an artillery show about artillery models and any history of artillery. Sound good?
I do build tanks. Don't forget, but
you not well though. Listen, you know,
there's too many tracks.
Right, but it is. I can't let. We're hitting the 10 minute mark here for that, and I don't. You know, people like we're winding down here. We only got a couple more guys left. And thanks for coming on, Steve. We love you. Always in the build room. You're also a big part of the group. And even John saying good review. So you did a good job on it.
You'll get my check, John. All right, thanks, guys.
Thanks, Steve. We appreciate it, buddy.
Steve,
Take care. Excellent. You can go backstage if he wants to.
Don't let the man get you down.
Whenever Steve talks, I always think of Macho Grande on the airplane. We're gonna start fucking like the old lady where it's like.
Oh no, it's Charles.
All right, so here we go. We got Chuck on. So Chuck is another guy who's always in our build room. So Chuck, Charles, how you doing? All right.
I am great. I do love how you left the two Southerners to finish out the show with our
well, Mikey Outlaw is back there because he's keeping things in order. He's our sergeant at arms when it comes to the group.
I don't know. He sounds pretty rough. He's from Vermont, and he moved to Florida, so he's just a snowbird transplant.
Right.
So
Chuck,
the frozen.
What?
I'm the only person who calls you Chuck, I think, right?
Some people do. I get Chuck and Charlie. I don't care.
All right, well, I'm calling you Chuck tonight.
Yeah, don't curse me. If you do, it's okay. I'm good.
All right, well, Charles, we'll go ahead, John. So we'll just give a little background about yourself. We're going to start throwing your stuff up. You sent me a bunch of stuff, so we're going to talk about that and let it rip.
Okay. All right. South Carolina, middle of BFE nowhere down here. Oh, Frankie Blanton, so say we all. Wonderful work. But I started modeling, 14 years old. I saw Saving Private Ryan in the front row of the movie theater, and I was deaf, and my neck hurt afterwards, but the quote-unquote Tiger Tanks did it for me there. I started buying, tank kits, whatever I could. And then, I started driving a truck, so I was away from it for a while. And then I did a little stint back in 2012 where I got back into building some more tanks, back into a truck. And about 2020, I started doing it serious, where I actually started devoting more time to podcasts, videos, whatever I could, and just building whatever I could get my sausage fingers on and having a good time with it.
Awesome. So you're building a Gundam right now, right? Is that what you're doing? Some Gundams too, and some planes. We're going to throw this up first. So what do we got here? What are we looking at here?
So that is the older like 1980s model molding of the 172nd Academy F4F for Wildcat, and it was $8, and it's every bit of $8 I paid for it at the show. So, and I'm not going to argue with it. It's not a bad little kit. It's actually got a little bit of detail to it that's not too bad. But as you can see, I'm not technical, so I don't know what all these parts are on these planes here. So the little flaps and whatnot, they were just moldy little squares in, and they look like crap. Every picture I saw had them extended out a little bit, so I cut a bunch of styrene in it, and to open them up or whatever. And a lot of people who build 172 can tell you there's absolutely no detail in 172nd scale cockpits. And this got a closed canopy on it, so I just did minimal work in there. I painted the seat, put seat belts on it with Tamiya masking tape. I actually put a bulkhead or something right there for an instrument panel. Painted some silver in there, so from 2 feet away it looks pretty interesting. Put a gun sight in it. Puttied the bejesus out of it because there were some nice seam lines.
Darren
and
says
stuff
the
in
cow flaps. Cow flaps.
Theron doesn't know. I said no. Theron's right. It's cow flaps.
Aaron is right. They're cow flaps.
Yeah, he's right. They're cow flaps. Him and I actually talked about it. Hey, Theron. So they're cow flaps. Hey, big guy. So yeah. So I've done a little bit of detail to it. Not much. I do like 172nd scale because it is a space saver. You can knock them out fairly quick. If I had devoted more time, I could be done with that model in a couple weeks and have it not just to put it on, on displays like here, I'm done with the model. I can actually put some work in it, make it look, very good. But there's a lot of talented guys out there that I just appreciate what they do with them. But they are fun little kits, and they're very inexpensive. So,
what are we
you
looking
can knock
at here?
them out in no time. So the engine that came with that thing was just a block, a little round block with the cylinder heads and everything on it.
Right.
So I took some floor wire to make. Hey, Theron, you're gonna tell me what those parts are too. So all those parts from the picture I saw, the rods and everything else to go around it. So that's floor wire, and then I've got copper wire to as spark plug coils and whatnot going up the cylinders. And then whatever those pulleys were that were in the picture, I recreated that with styrene. So the 2 or 3 pictures I saw of that motor, I did the best I could to, in 172nd scale behind the cowling, it'll be hidden to, create a little bit more back there to look at.
Okay.
I am not the most, if I find a reference picture, I fall down a hole for a week or 2 or 3. I was like, that looks pretty good. It looks like F4F, and that looks like I could enhance that and do that, and I'm going to knock it out the best I can.
Yeah. Listen, Charles, you do a good job, man. I mean, you're in the room a lot, but you're always building now. You're always concentrating on something, that's for sure. Unlike Rob Adams, so he's either building and concentrating or just staring
drinking
at his lawn like an old man. Oh, I just did this.
I love Robert Adams' backyard. I get to see more of it than I do mine.
Yeah, well, it's fucking when it's nice in Canada, you got to enjoy it.
I know. I take advantage of that, babe. But I can do what I can, and I got a Gundam like Brian. God, Brian, that's beautiful what you're working on. Like my little HG kit here, it's just it's not much of nothing to look at, but it's fun to build.
There it is. That's what I want to show. So here we go.
Heavy
so this is
arm.
we do. Is it obviously this is this one of the? Is this one of the 30-minute ones?
No, that's Robert Adams knows more about it. It's HG Heavy Arms. Don't ask me. I don't know squat about Gundam lore, but I mean they're 50-foot tall giant walking killer tanks with a guy sitting inside of it. So that is definitely the way to go. And especially Heavy Arms right here is like an A-10 Warthog with all the guns and cannons and rockets, and that's only the top part. I mean, he's got more of the rest of the way down.
Right.
Oh yeah.
So I'm not a really big fan of when you look at the Gundams, anything really flashy, really think anime, which it's an anime. That's where it comes from. But I find those very hard to watch. It's just not my thing,
Yeah.
So, but I do love the designs of the mechas and everything else. Or Gundam is where you want to call them. See, I didn't get the lore right, but they just look cool and I build them. HG is very accessible. Yeah, there's a lot of mold lines. They don't articulate as well, but for the price point, you can do anything you want with them, and have a good time doing it. and you can do it quick too. If you just want to nip it off, paint it, or nip it off and do nothing else with it, you know, build it, pose it, or whatever, you can have that done in a couple hours. Then from that point, you can invest so much time into them. You can make it a month-long build if you want to.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, listen, you can go through a rabbit hole, right, Rob, when it comes to that stuff. And you had Brian on, he does some amazing conversions and things that he does, but
I'll never touch what Brian did. That is some fantastic
Joshua
work.
Scott, who's a big part of the
You
group.
can do it. You'll get there one day, little camper.
Well, he's got the big chain guns too, right? Or big Gatling guns. Like
Yes, he does. It's over here on one of these sprues.
Poor
It's
Justin's
over
getting
here in this
tired.
pile.
Look at him. Look at his eyes. Look at Justin.
Nah, I'm good. I'm just getting secondary high from Adams. We got a westward facing wind.
Excellent. Hold on. You got one other picture here, though, Chuck. Let me get it up here really quick. It's more like you're holding it in your hands, but it's a little thing here, right? What's going on here?
What kind of pictures are we looking up?
I'm trying. I gotta. Oh, you're doing masking here.
Yeah, I did the canopy on that 172nd.
Oh, it's
a lot
so
of people.
tiny.
It is tiny, and my, like I said, sausage fingers. So you know, everybody talks about kit mask and everything else, and you get more of them for 148 scale kits and whatnot. You do have them for 172nd scale kits, but I'm also, times are hard. Just a truck driver, so I don't make a whole ton of money. So I don't buy a lot of aftermarket stuff. I just kind of make it work, and I, the best I can, not look like crap. But I guess I do it the old school way. The only thing I really invest heavily in aftermarket is the ship kits that I'm not building that are sitting up there staring at me.
Well, listen, you and me, I want to build a ship. Don't say anything, Rob. I know.
I think we should do something insanity wise with that, because I got a carrier calling.
I would love to do a battleship. Maybe I don't know. We got a lot going on.
I got a battleship, but I ain't doing that for a fucking insanity podcast. No.
Come on, Rob.
You need a smaller battleship.
Yeah,
I need something smaller.
Chuck,
I will tell you, I'm sorry, I'm building one for a sailing ship for a friend of mine. It's kind of like a commission build that I really didn't want to do. It's a half commission build. Me and Steve were talking about it. The USS Susquehanna. This is a cannon you can't see because it's so far away, but I spent a good 7.5 to 8 hours scraping off mold lines of these tiny little cannons and funnels and everything else. It's like, why am I doing this? Why do I hate myself so much?
Cause, man. That's the
good for the
groundwork,
cause.
man. You got to put the time in.
Yeah.
Listen, Chuck, it was great having you on, man.
Get off.
Thank you for jumping on. Well, I feel bad because Chuck only sent a few pictures, and we're already going over 2 hours here, so went a little further than I
My
thought,
ass
but-
is killing me.
My ass
It was
is killing me
fun
right now.
I'll be prepared for that next guy. He's something else.
Yeah, we're gonna get Mike
dude.
Yallow on, and then we
Let me
might
go
just
get a
do-
shot real quick before
we
we
might
bring
just
this
do a
cat
little
in.
bit of our own little thing, maybe before we go. But Chuck, listen, man, it's always fun having you in the room. You're always busting my balls when we're in there, but it's okay. I can take it.
He likes
sometimes.
No problem. And I miss you, Mr. Sexy, Mr. Clean up there, Donati. I haven't seen you in a month.
Yeah, Frankie was he was
We'll be
pulling
on. We'll bask in each other's glory, Charlie.
Frankie was pulling a
God,
Fredo up
Jesus.
there in over in Montreal. He was banging 2 cocktail waitresses at a time up there.
My night's
Oh,
complete
3.
now.
He's
My
pulling a
Canadian
major
hero is,
Fredo.
Yeah.
French
Yeah,
girls,
there you
easy.
go.
All right, Chuck. Thanks
All
a
right,
lot,
boys.
man. We're
Bye,
gonna
guys.
kick you out of here.
Catch you next time, buddy.
Lauren. Thanks, bud.
Oh my god!
Oh my God, look at
loins
this
on
guy.
one.
What? You saved the
Oh.
best for last.
We gave
Look
Mike
at
Yallow was our
this. This is
sergeant
freaking
arms.
Fred
Everybody
Durst.
knows.
Tooch,
So this-
it's so
okay,
good
so-
to see you, my friend.
Mike Yallow is a
Hats
veteran.
hats off
on
to
the-
you, Mr. Tooch.
veteran on the YouTube live cast scene with his he was on the AMC show, and we're trying
No, not anymore.
was
I'm not-
on. You didn't listen to
What?
the word. I said was. He was one of the hosts of an AMC show. That just like all the Beatles, something has to happen. Somebody has to get an argument, and then everybody breaks up.
How far Fred Durst has fallen.
Yeah, look at this guy, Maron. Huh? Forget about
He
it.
keeps rolling.
Meet Toddy over here.
I'm with
Forget it.
Jason. I
He's the
think I was
fucking,
going with the red grape.
No, he looks
but
good.
the
Well, listen, we're
Sunday
gonna have
show
fun
is a
really
good
quick
show
with Mike.
Me and Jason Anscombe from Blue Ox Model Shop. That's the one you got to check out.
Yeah,
I do have to say,
Jason was on the last episode, episode 34, and you guys do your build room. You, Jason, Justin, Mike. Justin, how's the build room go?
no, it's good. It's fun.
We should, you know what? Since you're on it, these guys take it everything. That should be streaming to our YouTube channel too.
Why not?
You know, these guys, they try to take all the credit, these bastards. That's why they get you on, because you're the talent. Unlike these guys over
I don't know
here,
if I call
freaking
myself
Mikey
the talent,
Outlaw
but-
can't carry a conversation, this guy. And Frank Steffens, great guy. He's Long Island. He's from
Listen.
Queens. We stick together.
Rip, I send you your check every month. Whether you cash it or not, it's up to you. Whether it's any good, I can't guarantee
That's
any
true.
of that.
I do have
we're
to
gonna-
compliment
I
my
still
man
send
Mike though for dressing up and getting all fancy for us.
You saw that, right? I wore my
Yeah.
nice shirt.
Yeah, he's all
Right.
dressed up. All
I
right,
don't
so
know. I like the Wawa
Pants.
shirt better,
Pants.
buddy.
all right, so
Wawa
you sent me a lot of pics, Mike. And
I
then
did
Mike's a
send you a
car
lot of
guy. Mike, Mikey's a car guy. Everybody knows. People in here know who Scale Model Outlaw is. But we're gonna do like Mike's sending me pictures, and I'm like, Mike, they look like. What are you sending me pictures like a real car? He's like, no, it's the way I take the pictures. Hold on, look at this shit. Let me see. I can't have my glasses on, but I'll take a couple. Why do I got still
That's not me.
freaking Charles
That's
stuff
not
on?
me. There
That's
we go.
Charles. Look at this.
Right?
He sends me this picture, and I'm like, Mike. He's like, no, man, it's the way it is. It's like it's a background.
What is that?
I thought he was sending me a real car or something. I don't know what the hell he was
What
doing.
kind of paint is that? Light blue?
No, well, the blue that you see is the molded color. The aluminum and the black is the painted color. But no, I did the AI thing because listen, Rob Riv is always one to like, you got to get your pictures in. Your pictures got to be good, right?
Yeah.
And my photo booth is currently full of all kinds of stuff that I can't take. I got to take out. So I'm like, I'm going to take these pictures on my workbench, send them through my Photoshop, and then put like a mechanic's background. So every picture that you see of
Look
this
at this.
68 Dart that I'm working on has a mechanic's.
Right. I'm
shot.
like, this guy. I go, what? You sending me pictures of a real car? He's like, no, it's a model, 1/24 scale. I'm like, what?
It is.
I mean, I dig that style, putting it in its place.
Look at this.
Right?
That looks like it's right. It does. It looks like it's like a real car or something. I don't know. I'm an idiot.
Thank God for AI. Is all I can say about that. But
Yeah, make my model look good.
All right, so
Okay.
in all seriousness, let's talk modeling now. We're breaking the balls too much here. So, what are you doing to achieve these types of effects, the paint and all the stuff in there, Mikey?
So, I want to pay a little bit of tribute to the guys that have come on before me. Great builders, obviously armor aircraft guys, some Gundam guys that are on there. Hats off to those guys. I've learned a lot of stuff in the way of weathering and looking, for that sort of stuff. But what I use, obviously, I'm a car guy, so shiny is my thing. And I use a lot of enamels, a lot of lacquers, a lot of the bare metal foil. What you're seeing here in this picture is a decals on the. So, Rob, if you have the picture I want to kind of, if we could, for just a second, to go back to the picture of the two model boxes.
The two
model boxes that I sent you. So it's the two kits that I bashed together to make this 68 Dart that I'm working on right now.
Hold on, I
It
got
should
it.
be,
Yeah, it just came up. I can get it here. Hold on.
I'm sorry, I don't.
Here we go.
Okay, so to start from the beginning, I started with a 68 Dart, the Revell 68 Dart, and I kit bashed it with the SDP Pontiac Pro Stock. I intended it to be for the USAC group build, which is the United Scale Automotive Content Creators group build, and I missed that deadline.
Say that like 8 times fast.
Right? I know I could barely say it once.
Who came up with that name?
Look, guess. I'll give you 3 guesses. The first 2 don't count.
You.
Nope.
Luca.
Rob.
Did Matt really do that?
Yeah. Matt came up. Matt and a guy named.
Oh my God! I can't wait to see him. Oh my God! I'm gonna put my hands around his 50-inch neck.
50 inch.
So it was supposed to be for them, and Mr. Mark Batson is in cohorts with Matt to do that, and I missed that deadline by a mile. So Acme's coming up for us, which is Acme is the big car show here on the East Coast, and it's in Atlanta, Georgia. So I've decided that I'm going to make this my Acme build. Their theme this year is 100 years of Mopar and anything drag racing. So obviously a 68 Dodge Dart is a Mopar, and then I mixed it with the drag racing. So I'm going to have kind of like a 2-in-1 type build.
Listen, that's good stuff, Mikey. Hold on. I got some other stuff here. So
yeah,
you got this guy, and this is one of the things I saw. I was like, how did he get a car on a fucking piece of wood? And I'm
What
like,
is that, a tree trunk?
Dude, this is how ignorant I am to this shit. I'm like, I knew it wasn't a real big car, but I'm like, is it like a mini car, like a go-kart or something? I'm like, what is he sending me? Look at this thing.
Well, again, Riv, it gets back to you telling everybody about make your pictures look good. So I wanted them to look good for this. It's literally the 68 Dart with the door cut out and the front clip cut off, and the cage and everything that you see inside is from the Pontiac. So I've grafted the 68 Dart to fit on the to fit on the 90s model Pontiac race car. So had a lot of fun with it. And again, the toolboxes and stuff in the background are definitely AI. I wanted to make sure my pictures were good for Riv because he likes.
Oh, I mean,
the
you're gonna get your balls broken anyway.
A piece of balsa wood that I used to put my glue on and then dab in there.
Looks really cool though, Mikey. That looks great.
Yep.
That looks really good.
That's Alclad Chrome. Now I do Alclad Chrome a little bit different than some people do. I'm certainly not the only one that's ever done it, but I'll take Alclad Chrome. Myself and Mr. Adams, we're talking one day, and he was like, "Listen, it's a alcohol based."
You're talking about Molotov.
Molotov. I'm sorry. Yes, Molotov, and it's an alcohol based paint. They mix it 50-50 with alcohol, and I spray it through my airbrush, and the chrome that you see is from that. And the blue is basically a blue Sharpie over the chrome, which gives it that anodized metallic look. The black you see on the boots is just, your Tamiya flat black. So that's just, that's where we're at with that. I use that a lot though. Not so much on the motor. It is coming along. Thank you.
I wanted to put this up here too because this is pretty interesting, man.
Yeah, that is that's only half the motor, right? There's twin turbos that come off of that exhaust and will come out the front of the car, but the MSD ignition is from Koenigsegg, which they basically make they make pre-made distributors. If you're in the automotive world, pre-made distributors with wires coming out of them. That's actually a magneto, but it's basically a distributor, and you cut them, put them in there. The motor is a 3D printed twin turbo motor. Great motor. I mean, there's nothing really too special
Jason's
about it.
breaking your balls right now. He's saying firing order looks wrong.
It probably is wrong. I did not do the firing order correctly. But the black paint that you see is Scale Finishes. I highly recommend Scale Finishes paint. And if you're in the automotive world, I don't think it really relates too well to aircraft or armor, but it's great for automotive. And the aluminum and all the shiny stuff that you see, that is Alclad.
What is this? Is this more too? Is another one? Like
Yep,
that?
that's another one. That's the Hemi motor, the twin turbo Hemi motor with a Lenco transmission, which is a 4-speed Lenco transmission that I picked up from VCG Resins. Again, the background is just that. It's an AI generated background. The block of wood is the same block of wood that you saw earlier. It's a piece of balsa wood. If you look at it real close, you can see where I've been daubing my pens and my glue and all that in there. So
I was like, why is this engine plugged into the wall? I didn't realize. I didn't know what the fuck I was looking at.
Right.
I'm sorry, I'm cursing now.
No, it's
I'm
all
getting giddy.
It's the end of the show. We're all getting.
This is really good stuff, though, Mike. Listen, man, this really is good. I mean, you're definitely out of all the car modelers that I know, and I know a lot of them. You're definitely not one of the best.
Right. Listen. It's good.
I'm only kidding. You are. You're definitely in the top 10. I only know 11.
Now, there's a lot of guys out there that do a lot better than I do, but I just enjoy doing the hobby. And I enjoy hanging out with the Discord with you guys, and it's just so much fun. I want to tip my hat to Mr. Brett, who was on earlier, that talked about MCW paint, and the guys that talked about Tamiya tape. and then Ben, who gets he started out in his cars. So Ben, get back to the cars, man. Cars is where it's at.
I don't think
Shut your filthy mouth.
Shut
That's-
your filthy mouth.
That's not going to happen.
This is Mikey. This is great stuff, man. It really is. You did. I've seen some of your work, but I've never seen you share it like this because obviously, you don't get an opportunity to share it. But this is really good stuff, man.
I appreciate it, man.
Excellent stuff, man. Maybe you could teach Justin a thing or two about doing some cars.
Justin's got it figured out. That 32 that he's working on looks really good. Honestly, I need to work on some of my weathering stuff.
Yeah,
and, I've not done that before. I've always been that typical shiny, chrome stuff and all that. And I need to work on my weathering thing too. So.
Yeah, well, listen, Mike, I appreciate you. Just stay on with us really quick. We're going to do a few other things and we're going to sign off. We're going like 2.5 hours, but this was fun. That's why we want to do this on Friday nights.
Yep.
I think maybe we had 11 guys on. Maybe 11's a little too much.
That's what I was thinking earlier.
But for the first one, I think I wanted to have a nice showing tonight to see let people see how this could be, and maybe get some other people maybe in the future join. We capped that we had close to like 55 people on at one point, which was far exceeded my expectations for this again. So
especially
problem is most of them had to go to bed.
It's Friday night though. Listen, people.
It never dropped below what it is right now, 40.
You know what it is, and I'm going to
41.
tell you the idea is like people watch a lot of this after the fact, so there's so much going on. But I'm gonna do a little on the bench really quick because people keep breaking my balls, and I'm going to do it.
Oh, here
All
we
right?
go.
Well, what do you want to do, man? So we'll do it a little bit. So I'm actually painting. So I'm painting. Oh, not that.
Yeah,
That's
he doesn't even know what that is. That's really what kind of paint is that?
I think it makes it go.
I think it makes it.
I'm doing this Syrian Stug, and I was like, I gotta paint. So I was like, you know what? I gotta finally paint something. So the Syrian Stug was done. I built this kit like.
So you painted that one white wheel. Is that?
Well, that's a resin cast wheel that does have the rubber on it. There's a couple of other ones. I built this kit like 7 years ago. It's been sitting and languishing in a bin. There's a couple of missing wheels over here. This has been like languishing in a bin for a long time, and I really wanted to do something and build. And I was like, I got to paint something, so I decided to paint this guy. So I am in the process of painting. I'm building other stuff though, so I got to do for deadline. But I just want to give people a watch and some. That I am painting. So usually what I do is when I primed it, it's primed with just a flat white. I use Mr. Surfacer.
Good stuff.
Yeah, it just works great. This goes down great. A little heavier in spots. Maybe I don't like the whole black white thing. I just don't like it. I think, in my opinion, black just even when you want to create shadows, I think the best way to create shadows is use a much darker version of the color that you're doing. And I know people are like, oh, you don't paint a lot. Trust me, there was a time in my life where I was always painting. I just don't paint as much lately. But what I did was
black can desaturate your top coats. So.
I don't like it. So what I did on this particular one is, and everybody knows I had asked what would be the best green to use for a Syrian Stug, and gray green from AK seemed to be the best color from the consensus. So that's what I went with. So I darkened it with the little dark gray. So I just did all the, adding shadows in all the areas using some dark gray, and from there I laid down the base coat. Let me see where I can get some base coat pictures here. So the base coat was just then going with the straight base coat of gray green. You can still see the shadow, the darker green in there a little bit, right? You can still see a little bit of the darker green in there. Let me get another picture here, maybe from the back side.
Oh yeah.
You like the backside? And someone had mentioned to me, I never intended to paint this. I never thought I would paint this model. Like I was building it to build it. And the back left there is a seam from the parts. And I wonder if someone mentioned it on a Stug forum. I was like, you know what? So I went back and spent like 5 or 6 hours stripping the paint below the fender and filling in those little gaps on the side. You never know that I did it, but that's where my OCD is, and I wish I didn't do it, but I wound up fucking cleaning it up. And this is the kind of the final the final base coat, and I'm going to start weathering. So this is where we're at right now, where the model is with all the base coats on and shadows and like little highlights on the Syrian Stug. So I'm going to start weathering hopefully next week. So I wanted to just show that to prove that I am painting a little bit for anybody watching. I
And
don't know
you
if
see
anybody's
it-
saying anything there, but
You see it in Rob's hand. That's 1/72nd scale. It's in Rob's hand. But that's
no, it is 35th. As
Hey,
you know,
guys.
all right, so listen, man, this
in
was
the
a lot of
hotel.
fun. We want to thank everybody for joining the chat. You know, there was a lot of. I mean, I got the list here. I'm gonna forget some if I don't say it. Obviously, we had Brad. Brad was on. Mike was on right now. Still, Jason, Brian, Ben, Frankie, Chuck, and Dan. Steve Andriano. Again, like I said twice. Thanks for coming on, guys. This was fun. Hopefully, everybody in the chat watching. This maybe went a little longer than I expected, maybe a half an hour longer than I thought it would. But how do we think this guy went? I think Frank's pissed that it went late.
Frank's
Yeah, I thought personally, I think it went along great. It like you said, a little bit long, but
Yeah.
of course, you save the best for last. You know, the car model guys
Of
are always
course.
the best ones. So.
Well, the
Fucking
idea,
Huckleberry.
right? But the idea was to do now this live cast of Friday night on the bench build on Fridays at the end of the month. So the last Friday of the month, or the fourth Friday, we'll say, of the month is going to be on the fourth live cast of the month is going to be on Friday, and the other ones will be on Thursdays, like we've been doing that are episodes and have guests on. But I think this was great, right? Anybody got anything to add at all? Everybody's just staring at me.
You know, Rob, you're really messing with my Apple calendar. I can't just select all of it to be the same thing now. Now I got to go and manually create an events.
Oh no!
Well,
What am I
anytime
gonna do?
anytime the Tooch is on, then it's worth watching. Just if Tooch is there, it's worth watching. Period.
Listen, Tooch. Listen, in my friend's defense, he's had a lot going on. He's fucking exhausted. This guy. I was like, you got to get on tonight. You know, it's Friday night. You can jump on. I knew he wasn't going to be as talkative, but I'm glad he was at least here to be here. You know,
Absolutely.
right, Tooch?
Yeah. Well, I got some work done. I closed.
Listen,
up.
we're hanging
Everybody
out.
wanted to know what the fuck you were working on.
I'm working on my whippet.
Tooch is here.
I worked
Listen,
today 10 days.
Listen, this is going good. Like, listen, this is a full month. This is our fifth show, technically. So we've been doing this now for a solid month. This is our fifth live cast, and I think they've been going good, man. I mean, the watching after the fact has been really good, and that's what this is here for, just for people to have content, right, Frankie D? We talk about that all the time.
All the time.
Just a little content for people to enjoy. We want things to be interactive, and I always wanted this to be more interactive with people that participate in our build rooms, that listen to the show or the podcast, who maybe watch the live cast, like a lot of guys in the chat. Hopefully some people next month, I should say, end of next month, will be willing to come on. Russ, too. Russ is a big part of our group to come on. Dean, I see Dean in here all the time. I see Frankie Steffens is in here. We're going to get Frankie on. I think.
Yeah, you got to get Frankie on.
Hold on. This is the question. We never had you on, Mike. So this is we had Jason on the podcast.
Sure.
We had Luca and Jason on the podcast. We had Luca on the first live cast. We've never had you on. So who do I do? Do I get Mike or do I get Frank?
Me and tell me when to be there, and I show up.
Do I give a little more, street cred to my fellow Long Islander and Queens guy?
Listen. If you want an entertaining show, invite Fred or Frank Steffens.
Listen, between my accent and Frank Steffens' accent on this, people will go. I think it'll be like a fembot, like in Austin Powers, like just fucking going bananas and blowing up. That's what's gonna happen with our accent.
Entertaining, smart. I can't give Frank.
Oh, did you say smart? Did you say smart?
He is.
Frank is smart.
The smartest, most intelligent.
I'm
Awesome
smart.
guys that I have the pleasure of being friends
I
with.
see Rob is in here, but guys, I really appreciate everybody coming in. Jim Clark is in here too. I mean, we got to get Jim on. Jim's a great modeler, man. Ships and planes and everything too in there. I see Kat came in tonight again. Everybody. There's some people like Theron's in here. Power Carnival. I don't know who that is though. I don't know who that is though. I mean, that's like obviously a tag. Michael Dassey, I see. There's a bunch of guys. Steven Kessel. I appreciate you guys. Mad Genius Productions. Mad Genius. I know you're always in here, man. Our buddy John Badgley. Russ is in here tonight too. bunch of guys. Whitey was in, Frildo. I guess they kind of left those guys though.
No, Frildo just
Frildo's still here. You know,
Yeah.
Bob is in here. Voice of Bob. He's in here too. Bob's in. This was great, man. You know, Whitey and Fred. We gotta get. Well, you know what? Samo is supposed to be our next guest on the live cast. He has to give me the thumbs up if it's official. So for next week, episode 5, Scott Samo is supposed to be our guest on the live cast for next. James Tatum. Thanks, James. I appreciate it, guys. And I do appreciate you guys coming in. Here's Aunt Frildo. Frildo's in here because he knows I owe Frildo some money. He's kind of like stalking me. You know, I get these like cryptic messages about certain things, and I'm like, oh no. You know, Frildo's a big guy, man. You don't want to, you know, right, Rob? Rob's like, Christ, that fucking Andrew Frill guy's fucking big. Rob.
Well, I love the crossover.
Rob is frozen.
Mingling
Rob
that we
hasn't
get,
moved.
you know, with our show on Sundays that we do with Justin and Jason and Tim and Frank, that get a lot of people. You know, the Sunday Builds deal that we do on Sunday. We get a lot of people.
See you later, Jet.
We got Jet that came over.
Yeah, no, Jet,
You guys
man.
come
I
from
miss
our
Jet
side. There's
too, man.
right
See you
there.
later. Jet's great. We're gonna get Jet on too. Rob had like something happened. I think his thing went bye. Rob Frankie wants to get on.
What did he have?
I don't know. No, nothing really.
He was
yeah,
like,
Jet. We got to get Jet on too. Scott. Yeah, Scott is in his jammies. Yeah, that guy. I mean, I'm telling you, Whitey. One. You know. Oh my God, Whitey. What we got to do is on the way back from the Nationals, me, you, and Frildo, because I got to go through your area to get home. We're gonna go into Samo's house and we're gonna rearrange his freaking models in his room and make him flip out. Let's do it. I think we're gonna have to do that to that guy. That'll be hysterical. Let's see. Why do you know? We talked about it on. I think we talked about it when did we talk about that we would do that? Oh, we talked about it on the pod when you guys came on the Nats live cast or whatever we did at the show.
Well, Rob, I got one for you. You know, when you came onto the Sunday show and dominated, and nobody else could get a word in edgewise, which we loved. But our friend Tim Ryan would love to be on this show with you.
I get Tim on. Tim's a good guy, man. These guys are great.
Tim's
We'll
a
do
great
it.
guy. Big fan of the podcast.
Yeah.
I would highly recommend him. I mean, Frank Steffens, obviously, but Tim Ryan's another one that you guys should look at, man. He's a really good guy, super talented, great builder. Car guy.
Very
Dude, we're gonna
modest.
do it, Andrew. Frildo, we're gonna go in there, man. I'm telling you, we're doing it.
Stop trying to instigate.
Yeah. All right. Well, Frankie's making believe he's frozen. Look at this guy. Look, Frank, you're blinking. No, Frank, I know Frankie wants to get off. All right, we're gonna sign off. We're going on 2 hours and 37 minutes. All right, guys.
This
we
is
really-
what it's like recording the podcast. For those of you who want to see the sausage being made, we take 3 hours to do an episode because fucking Rob doesn't shut the fuck
Come
up.
on, man. So hold on, time out. Hold on. This is okay. Someone say something.
Something.
That's how it is, though. No one wants to ever jump in and say anything.
Oh,
you can.
we can't.
The micro.
There's no room.
This isn't touch to talk. You can just speak up and say anything you want at any time.
All right.
Well, that being said, I'm going to say this. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and children of all ages, thank you for joining the Friday Night on the Bench with our awesome host, Rob Riv, our man behind the scenes, Mr. Frankie D, and of course, the awesome Mr. Tooch. And don't forget, Mr. Bad Santa, Justin, thank you for doing all that you do. And on that, I will say good night to everybody.
Whoa.
Peace
What
out.
about Mr. Adams? Just because his computer
Well,
dropped.
he's gone, right?
Yeah, we don't think
So he
about
doesn't get
Adams.
anything.
All right, so let's hold a big prayer up for not a prayer, but a big candle up for Mr. Rob Adams. Thank you for doing all that you do, Mr. Adams. You came in and out of the green room tonight, as I was, as Rob said, the sergeant of arms, and he came in, let everybody know when it was their turn. They went on, and we helped make it happen. So, but first and foremost, thank you, Rob Riv, in the Insanity Podcast, everybody involved, for all you do for this hobby, and our hobby, I should say, and appreciate each and every one of you guys. And here is a big old thumbs up for all y'all.
All right, thanks, guys. So on that note, we're going to sign off. All right, guys. So we'll see you next
And
time.
don't forget to go to modelpodcast.com for all of your oral pleasures. You can find that consortium website. I love when Tooch just shakes his head. It's the consortium website with all the podcasts that you love to hear and some stuff to read as well.
All right, guys. Have a good one. We appreciate you coming
All right,
on.
gang. All right,
Livecast
everyone.
next
Peace
Thursday.
out,
All
guys.
right. 8 o'clock Thursday night. All right. Thanks, guys. Guys, stay there. All right. That was great.